What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome to another live stream. I hope everyone's having a great day. I saw in chat, we've got Chikaro's here. He's been hanging out. Local Maker, Pie's here. Do You, who picked up a Masuder CNC, which is awesome. Who else do we got here? Jay's here, Skydown's here, Sem was here earlier. So today we are going to be continuing with our RatRig V-Minion build that we started last week. We got up to the linear rails, and then I realized that it didn't include any of these printed jigs. So Fabrico sent me the STL to these. I printed them out, and in an attempt to make us as efficient as possible, I've laid out the next like 3 sections, which is Z-axis, Y-axis, and then I started the bed, but I didn't finish it because I was thinking, let's get through this, and then we'll see if we can get through this. So I'm super excited. I hope everyone else is as well. Before we do anything, I did want to give a huge thank you to Fabrico for sponsoring the RatRig V-Minion build. If you are interested in one of these kits after or during watching the build, link will be in the description. And if I'm not mistaken, after last week, I believe, where is the link to the stream? Fabrico gave us, I believe it was $25 off. I hear myself now. Yeah, so there's a $25 off coupon code in the description. So if you are interested and you are planning on getting one, use that to get $25 off, which is at least a spool of filament or something like that. Yeah, but I am really, really excited. How is everybody doing? Let's see, pull this up here. Hey, Brendan's here. What's going on? G-Funny, what up? My brother's here. Nick, what's going on? Ray, 3DP UK. Thomas and Rask, what's going on? So let's see, what else? Before we get into it, a couple things. One, of course, we will be doing our Polymaker filament spool giveaway, which will happen in about an hour and a half from now. I'm excited. So before, I don't want to get too ranty before we get building, but so a couple weeks ago, we built the Masuder Pro, which was a CNC machine. And since then, I've gone down a rabbit hole of CNC things. I'm so excited to start using it, but everyone has warned me that dust is a serious concern and issue, and you need to get on top of that right away. So I bought a shop vac. I found some files for a cyclone to basically separate dust from the vacuum, which will go into a bucket and not clog up your filter. But I needed a dust shoe, and there are options out there, and I'm sure there's ones that you could just buy, but that's not any fun. And I've been wanting to play around a bit more with parametric 3D modeling, which I haven't done in quite a while since I switched from Fusion to Shaper. And then I actually watched, why can't I think of his channel name right now? Out of Australia, Teaching Tech. He did a video on Onshape, which is an interesting piece of software that is cloud-based, so you don't need to have any sort of GPU or CPU, really. There's some stuff done locally, but most of it's done in the browser. So I started playing around with it, and this is what I've got. And this is pretty much near finished, and I want to show it off because I'm fairly excited with it. So there's 2 parts to it, top and bottom half, and it took probably about a kilogram of material to get to this point because of certain tolerances I was trying to hit. But the first version of this just had the top groove where the hose goes onto, and then you basically use a hose clamp to clamp it onto here, the vacuum hose. Then I added some ridges, then I made the ridges bigger, and I'm very happy with this. This will clamp onto the spindle. There is a nut trap for a 3mm nut, or M3 nut, and an M3 screw. This will then pinch onto the spindle, and it has a very tight bite. I'm very happy with it. Initially, I wanted 6 magnets, 2 on the ends, 2 on the middle, and 2 on the front. But I would have to make this quite a bit wider to use these 6mm magnets. So I stuck with keeping them in the center. I started with 2, ended up going with 3. And initially they were flush, but the issue I was having is they have excellent top-down force, but left and right, this thing was able to twist off. And so I ended up offsetting the magnets. So this side, they stick out, this side, they're, in further, so that way once these 2 pieces snap together, there's a little bit of wiggle on this one, but you basically can't have this thing rotating anymore. This other part, it took me quite a while to get the tolerances right. Now you can get this brush material in. It basically just you pull it through and around, but it's nice and tight. Before it was either too tight and it was breaking the plastic, or it was too loose and it was causing issues. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm going to make a second bottom piece that'll be identical, but the brushes will be half the length, so that way I can use smaller cutters, smaller end mills without risking them getting caught up in the spindle. So super excited. Still doing a little bit of tweaking on it, and then I will have this posted somewhere for anyone that wants to build it. And because I used Onshape, which is parametric, and part of the difficulty was all of my constraints, it should be set up now where when I upgrade to the Makita router, I just need to change 2 values and it will basically stretch everything for those, for the Makita on this section. So yeah, I am quite proud of that. Definitely was and has been a lot of fun, very rewarding, but again, man, so many revisions, and most of them, if you look at them side by side, you can't see it. It was really just tolerances. Initially, I wanted to be able to press fit all the magnets, and you can kind of sort of do that, but my recommendation is to use a dab of super glue in both of them, or in all of them, just to give it a little extra bite. So yeah, that's where we're at. What's going on? Hey, Grants is here, CNC Maker. Is that the Fabrico Rocks? I'm trying to talk Fabrico into making a legacy kit. I know Fabrico's got a lot going on. I was talking to him about some ideas as well. Is that the green that you were using? The same green is on the website. There's a bit of a color mismatch. This green is the green that came with the kit. So it's the full kit. It's their PETG. Fabrico did tell me that you can buy this in PETG, and that there is a ABS version as well, so that's an option. Oh yeah, 90K on the main channel. Yeah, super exciting. I was gonna post something and I just didn't. I sort of just celebrated in silence, but we hit 90,000 followers on the main channel, which is insane. We are T-minus 10,000 away from 100,000, which is just absolutely nuts. I've been making videos on YouTube on and off for like 12 years, and even like 3 years ago, if you had said, oh, do you think your channel will hit 100,000? I was like, yeah, I don't know. It sort of seems almost unattainable, but the channel's been doing great. You guys have been awesome on this channel and on that channel. So yeah, we did cross over 90K this last week, which is just absolutely insane. And I am stoked. I mean, it's just unreal. Hey, nice 3Ds here. Cool, it doesn't need to be perfect, just enough to make a reasonable attempt in keeping the area clean. Yeah, I think this will be more than sufficient. I got like a 5 horsepower shop vac. I'm probably going to run the planing bit to basically cut down the wasteboard that I bought, and then I will work on the Cyclone. We gotta get building, but it's always exciting. It's like show and tell every week. So this is part of it, which it's quite stuck. I printed this on the FLSun V400 in a PETG, and I think that just my PETG settings were not quite right, and there's a little bit of glooping on the threads of this big thing, and so I'm going to be reprinting it in PLA. So I get it off, there we go. I'm gonna be reprinting it in PLA, so, but the dust separator seems really cool, and I've heard it will save me from having to replace filters and losing some of the suction force. Let's see. Yeah, BB's is here early. What's going on? Kenneth is here. Petro, UK, and Nathan. So many awesome people and awesome faces. So let's get going here. I'm trying to think how I want to do this again. I was really tired, and then I slammed a cup of coffee, and now I feel insane. So this is gonna be awesome. All right, let's go desktop here. So I was just going through this earlier to lay everything out. So we left off on frame assembly. We got done with all of this. We got done with this, done with this. We were on the linear rails. We were placing them. It says frame assembly. We did that. Remove the plastic stops. Do not allow the linear rail carriages to leave the other ends of the rail. Insert. Someone recommended using magnets to keep these in place, and so I had magnets? I do have magnets. So I've got magnets. We'll use these for the linear rail stoppers when we remove the little red pieces. Loosely thread a T-nut on each of them and then just sort of place them in place. So let's start with that. I nearly finished that. So we'll go side camera, I think, for this, and then we'll go a little bit further back. How's everybody's week going? I feel like this week has flown by. I'm super excited because We actually got a little bit of a cooler day. Happy from the shout out on the clicky video. Yeah, I always try my best. Brain farting here a little bit. What was I doing? Let me move chat. Let's see. If I make this half the size and I move chat over here, this should work. Yeah, I always do my best to give shout outs on videos. Truth be told, like, obviously, I'm one person and there are so many people via the Modbot Army Discord, through streams, through comments, through other channels that help me out in my research or just helping me out. And so I really enjoy highlighting any and all those people. I'm sure there are many more people I should be thanking, but I do absolutely do my best to give credit where credit's due, because I strongly believe that, like, you know, a lot of us, we stand on the shoulders of giants, and a lot of people that help, whether it's designing things or creating things or whatever, don't get recognition. And not that they are wanting recognition per se, but I like doing it. I like giving people recognition as much as I possibly can. So absolutely, thank you very much, Nice, for the GitHub link to that clicky mod, because it's been absolutely awesome. Hey, Malcolm's here. Okay, so we are going to start off with this rail. I don't think we actually need the spacers right this second. I'm going to take this entire rail off like this, and we are going to use, so these are M3x12 cap heads. M3x12 cap heads. I've already got all of them installed except for the two that the stoppers were in. Awesome. And then we need, the nuts are going to be M3 3030 T-nuts. So there's, I'm just gonna dump these out. I think we're gonna end up using all of them today anyway. But yeah, I'm trying to expedite things a little bit, and because I get so distracted so easily on stream, use my brain a little bit less with at least some of the things that I can sort of set up beforehand. So I did my best to lay out as much of the hardware as I could. So we'll pop these out. We will put these screws in. Hey, Luke's here. What's going on? Nuno, cheers from Portugal. Awesome. Hello from Idaho. Yeah, yesterday, it's been like triple digits nearly every day. And yesterday was like, I think low 90s, which normally would be still pretty warm, but considering how hot it has been, was just an absolute treat. I was out in the garage playing around quite a bit with things, so that was fun. All right, popping these caps out. It says in the guide to pop these caps back in afterwards, but based off of the diameter of the little inlet there, it's not going back in. So we will use magnets. Someone recommended that. So hopefully that will be sufficient in keeping the sort of carriages from sliding off. Ah. Definitely need to drink water. I feel a little crazy from the coffee. Here's from Belgium. Nice. I didn't know you were out of Belgium. So cool. I was actually talking to Steve from Steve Builds either yesterday or the day before, and it's just crazy. Like, the statistics on the stream channel show that like only 34% roughly of viewers are from the States. It's just crazy to me. It's so cool. Doing good. Work sucks, but it pays the bills for now. Sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. I have definitely had days that feel like that over the years. Absolutely, but it's sort of a necessary, necessary thing. Okay, so we've got that. It's now saying frame assembly, remove the plastic stops, insert the M3x12s into the holes and loosely thread them in place. So I think at what point do we not loosely thread them in place? Interlinear rails into 3060 extrusion. Okay, cool. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to, I also realize the camera might not be as good as it should be for everyone. I apologize. Okay, so someone recommended we use magnets, so we will use these 6mm magnets that I bought for the CNC dust shoe, which are stupid strong. We'll place these towards the end, and it'll just, I did test this earlier, and it can absolutely, oops, come on, magnets. It can still absolutely push the magnets off, but hopefully it's a deterrent. Like, it's not just sliding off. So, and hopefully at some point it won't be an issue, but we are going to slide, let's go a long ways. We'll slide these down. It needs to be on this side. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to, once again, move the camera up a little bit so we can see the top of this. Hey, what's up, Dan? Have you got the big TV yet? No, I have not gotten the big TV yet, but I did talk to Erin about it, and she did say out of her own mouth, I can understand why you'd want it, and that would be pretty awesome. Still above 95 inches in building. Happy to have AC. 95 inches? 95 Fahrenheit? Put the magnets a bit further in. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I'm kind of playing with fire by putting them so close to the edge. So we will push these in a little bit more. And then, again, one of the reasons we stopped last week was, one, we were on a time constraint, but it didn't include any spacers. So Fabrico sent over the STLs for the various rails. And so we will have these. These will help us center them as needed, which is a good thing. Although this definitely needs to go higher up. It's gonna need to go way higher up. Okay, so at least they're sitting right there. And according to, so it looks like the key measurement they give us is from the printed part to the base of this. We need 70 millimeters. That is the height. So we've got our handy dandy ruler. It'd be super nice to have a helper. Let's see. We're gonna do our best to just kind of eyeball it for right a second here. And let me, I'll probably make some adjustments in a moment. Okay. Okay, so we got one in, it's pretty tight, so at least now it shouldn't be sliding around. And it's my big head in the way, of course it is. All right, so not exactly the funnest angle. We are a little bit high, although it's interesting because according to the picture here, it looks like this is a metric for roughly 70 mil, and we are basically right on par with that. And I wonder if the printed part could have a little bit of deviation. Yeah, we're at about, I think I'm going to leave it there. We're at about 71 millimeters. What do you think? Do we go based off of the image that shows the bottom of it? Or do we go exactly? Double check the position of the linear rail using the measurements above. All right, we'll do it, we'll do it. We'll go down 1 mil. Okay, I need to loosen this a little bit. The magnets are a great option. I'm going to have to use that. Yeah, I don't remember who recommended it last week, but shout out to whoever it was, because I had never thought of that, and I'm sure sure there have been other times where that would have been handy. Okay, we're at like 71. I think we're rolling with it. I wish it gave me so it doesn't give us a height. Where's the desktop? It doesn't give us a height from the top. It gives us left to right, which I don't need because we're using this jig. And then it gives us from printed part to that. Well, I feel like this aluminum edge to this would be a better metric. But again, it is what it is. I don't know how exact it truly needs to be, and we're dancing around by about 1 millimeter. So I'm hoping that will be enough. And I think that's what we're gonna do. Should be okay, Thomas says. 34C, so 95 Fahrenheit. Okay. I appreciate it, nice. My, for some reason, like, obviously with 3D printing, I use Celsius for temps, like heating up and, you know, what temperatures you need to use for various materials. But my ability to convert Celsius into what that means in, like, my brain doesn't understand it in temperatures of what it would feel outside. I always have to go to Google and use a quick converter to be like, oh, that's cold, or oh, that's really hot. I know I think there's a simple, like, you know, there's a simple formula, but for some reason what are you getting stuck on, buddy? It must be getting stuck on, interesting, okay. I imagine it's getting stuck on the screw that's underneath, but I don't know. Let me see if I go like this and the screw, oh! Luckily we have the ends on that one. We dropped a rail. There we go, that's why you're stuck in there. Interesting. This one is not wanting to thread. Wondering if the thread's just not good, or okay. So we have one T-nut that's being a jerk. Either 5 times C plus 32 equals F. Okay, there's the formula. Hey, I saw Dutch. What's going on, Dutch? Good job with the jar of water. Thanks, babe. I did have a coffee. I think it's probably the T-nut that's being stubborn. Let's try a different cap screw before I investigate. I did have some coffee, and so I'm sweaty and spazzy, but yeah, I decided water is what we need today. So let's see if this screw does any better. No, so it is clearly the T-nut that kind of sucks. I wonder if we can still get it to work. Let's use a little bit of brute force. That is what we're gonna do. All right, we did it. Make sure that this is, yep, it turned. Okay, so now we should be able to just kind of tighten them all in. All right, spacers are, I actually think for right this second, I'll keep the spacers on. It's just another layer of defense from keeping the, even though they're not super tight, excuse me, from keeping the linear rails from sliding off. So we'll keep that on. Zombie here? Oh, there's Zombie. What's going on, Zombie? Zombie, I ordered all of the parts for the belted Z mod. I ordered them from AliExpress based off of the link in the bomb. So I don't know if it'll make it as a stream, but it it will make it as a video on the main channel at least. So I am doing, I believe Kevin, right, is the creator, his belted Z mod for the Ender. Okay, so done with that rail. Cool, now we are going on, wait, reinstall the plastic stops, check the carriage so it runs smoothly. Oh yeah. Install the Y. Okay, so we will take, oh, you know what? We need to add, yep. Something fell too. I don't know what it was. Something tells me it was my spacer, the other spacer. Yep, I found it. It's actually on this side. Okay, so we will place spacer here, and then we're gonna pop out these little end caps, holding the rail in place. And we'll use that one screw that, I mean, you can see, well, I don't know how well it'll show up, but like, that T-nut was not being nice to this. You can see a lot of the black coating was actually off from me having to sort of torque it in there. Then we need 2 M3 T-nuts for the 3030s, 1 more screw, and that should be it for this linear rail. Cross-threading is Loctite. Oh, his nature's Loctite. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Gatos. Polaris is here. Reddit, we did it. Nothing much, chilling and playing some. Oh, Luigi's Mansion? Nice. I haven't played the new one, but I do have a memory of being a lot younger than I am now and being over at my buddy's house and him playing on his GameCube. I don't think I actually played Luigi's Mansion much back in the day, but I do remember. Anyone watching, if there's times where you're like, hey, you should probably move the camera, just let me know. Do my best on camera angles, but once again, because we don't have the TV, hey, Lisa's here. Pez is here, what's going on? Here from MakerDeck, awesome. If anybody doesn't know what MakerDeck is and you're on Twitch, I am not on Twitch very often at all. I used to be. I don't know. I have not been on Twitch very much the last at least year here. And doesn't know what MakerDeck is, well, I'm sure most of us do, but it is basically virtual makerspace is how I've seen and heard it being described. And I believe it's a fairly simple application process. And then you can stream your 3D printer printing. It's all other sorts of maker things like CNC, the laser stuff, like really anything making, fabricating, textiles. Yeah, it's different than like this style of stream where it's, you know, person in front of camera. It's more just like the making, like the thing happening, but it's pretty cool. And it's going it's 24/7, 365 unless something happens with the server. So yeah, it's pretty rad. Hey, Asker's here. What's going on? 19 years ago is when Luigi's Mansion came out? That is disgusting. Ugh. Ugh. No, it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, it probably was. Okay, so we're gonna rinse and repeat. I'm realizing that this is not super in focus. Let's get the rail. So we're gonna throw some magnets on the ends of this because we don't have the stoppers in to prevent our blocks from flying off the end. All right, remove the plastic stops, insert an M312 in each hole. We've done that, we've done that. Okay, so we are wanting, so if we're looking at it from this, then on the far side, we want a 5mm gap. I can do that. That's much easier than using the printed part. This is simple. So we'll just put our ruler, and we will slide the rail till the 5mm mark, which my eyes aren't the best, but I think that's 5mm roughly. Yeah, that'll do. And then we will tighten the one on the end kind of carefully to prevent the rail from... Okay, magnet. All right, buddy. We get it. So I'm going to tighten this one on the end and then the other one on the opposing end. Then we're just going to confirm the measurements one more time. Let's see. Yep, actually live right now. Printing on there. No effort on my part. Yeah, I need to get a few more printers set up with cameras. The DSLR that like the cameras I use for this is like I'm always using them for like main channel video stuff. So they're not printer dedicated. But I do have a few webcams, and I've been meaning, and I think I ordered another one off of AliExpress to install into a Voron. So if I get those set up, and there's a simple way for me to pair some sort of a computer in the garage up to MakerDeck, then I might try throwing up something on there. Throwing up something on there doesn't sound good. I may try streaming something on there. Let's do that. That's a nicer word choice. Okay, so again, looking at this, wait, no, I goofed. I goofed. So it helps to have the thing you're working on the same orientation. This is the side that should be 5mm, not the other side. So let's try it again. Yeah, that looks correct. So according to this, we should have 5 millimeters on this side, which just double, triple check in, and then this side should be 15 millimeters, and it looks like we're at 14 and a half. Well, this side, it looks like we're at right on the money. So we're gonna leave it at that. I am happy with that. Is there, let's see, that'd be fun. Only cool people. We love to send people over to the other streams. Thanks, Zombie. It feels old, man. Yeah. Yeah, the Minion is adorable. It is just, I mean, it's, looking at it compared, they're all out in the garage right now, but like, compared to like the other two cantilever style printers I have, which are the Prusa Minis and the KP3S, it's just such a, like, small monster. Can't find yellow extrusions. Someone has to make them. Currently printing on MakerDeck. I think I saw, I feel like I saw, I have checked on MakerDeck every once in a while. Did you ever get the Pi camera working? No, Lisa, I did not. I played around with it for hours that one night. I emailed the company, or not the company, the contact that I had over there and never heard back. And I was like, okay, well, you know. G-Funny says he thinks there's a camera in the goodbye bag he gave me at Murph. What do you know? I had looked through this. I maybe just forgot because of everything that happened when I got back from Earth, but there is a little camera in here. Okay, sweet. Well, I need to mount that onto something. I ordered another one of those style cameras from AliExpress. G-Funny, the ones that I had ordered initially that got lost, I just placed that order when I ordered the Belted Z stuff, so that's awesome. Thank you. I might throw that in the V0, one of them. I'm not super happy with my base camera and my Trident keeps on trying to flash red. Interesting. Fine for monitoring, not great for streaming, but nobody's complained about my cam on MakerDeck yet. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's an overkill KP3S. I'm doing well, or yourself, explains. Maybe try that camera setup through the laptop setup. Oh yeah, that might not be a bad idea. I did just get power in the garage. I mean, I've had power in the garage, but I just got power to the printer rack. So I've got 2 printers running out there right now, which is super exciting. Cause like these things have been printing around the clock because again, I needed so many revisions. I basically would wait 2 hours for a part, take it off, test fit it, be like, nope, a little more slack, and then, you know, hit reprint over and over and over again. Okay, so should be good on this. We just checked the measurements. Happy. Make sure things are sliding back and forth. Yeah, I don't feel no issues there. Cool. All right, now we're on the Z-axis, and this is where I'm proud of myself because I already took out all the parts we need. So I think what we'll do is we'll move the V-Minion off to, I guess, the ground for right now, just so that way there's a clear shot for everyone. We will grab printed parts. Let's see, it says we need 4 M3x30 drop-in, T-nut drop-in for 3030 M6, right? Yeah, so 4 of those, which we've got right here. And then we need 4 M6x12 cap head screws, which we've got right here. So much nicer. I guess if you're not going to print a hardware organizer, at least do this for yourself. Lay out everything in advance so you don't kind of have to think as you go through each section. You just grab whatever is next down your little assembly line. Okay, cool. So let's go side cam. Let's go, I need to pull up here. If you have not hit the like button, please smash the like button. It definitely helps. And the channel is getting closer to 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely awesome. Okay, so let's get everyone a little bit closer. I think that'll probably do. Hopefully, let me know if it doesn't work for everybody. I forgot if I asked, but is this the EVA 2.4? It's the 2.4, if I'm not mistaken. That's what Fabrico had said last stream. So yeah, I believe it's 2.4. We're gonna build it completely stock, and then once the printer is built and I've done all the testing, then that'll be, I guess, a stream of its own. I'll probably order some of these parts, or this plastic, and or this filament. Maybe I'll go with ABS at that point, since I'm going to be printing out parts for the hot end. We'll switch that over to ABS. Getting my Red V0 frame and the LDO Orbiter V2 and Revo Boron for my enclosed spool holder mod. Ooh, nice. It's been fun watching that project, BBs. Only 2,000 subs, you deserve so much more. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, the main channel, we just crossed 90,000 this week, which is insane. I probably should be doing a better job of promoting this on the main channel, but, and I have, but it's been sort of fun watching the more slow organic growth, and the community is so cool. Like, there are already streams where it's tough for me to keep up with chat, and so I am totally fine with, like, the pace we've been going at is fine by me, and I've been having a blast. So let's see, yes, we need the instructions, which are here. So we're going to be same orientation. We're taking 2 of these bolts and we are dropping them. Let me actually make sure I have the right driver. So we will use, hey, new member. Let me pull up the, oh snap, Luke Ingerman, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. You're awesome. It looks like Eggy got a membership, Scott, Andrew, Jadis, and CJ. Thank you very much, Luke. Please, everyone, say thank you to Luke. That's awesome. Definitely helps out the stream, and just purchasing of materials and all the things, and towards the TV we need, so I can keep up with chat a bit more. Okay, so we are going to press these bolts through the printed part. There's a little bit of sag on the overhangs of this, so gonna use a little bit of brute force. That's awesome. Thanks, Luke. A little bit of brute force here to try to not break the PTG parts. Do my best to line these up. There we go. Okay, so once these are through, we're just going to we'll do the same thing. Basically take so many noises. Make sure it's, yeah, I think that's, and then CJ, right? Sweet. Let me pull up chat again. These T-nuts. Yeah, so we'll do the same thing we've been doing and just take our M6 T-nuts, we'll thread them on a couple of spins so that way they don't fall off, but we want them fairly loose until we get them placed into the extrusions, which I think we're going to be doing in just a second here. Okay, so going back over to desktop, we've got those. It says the motor carriage, loosely thread them into M6x12 screws. Position the Z-axis motor is shown. So it looks like, okay, we want it sitting flush on that printed part. So we are gonna grab, I guess this guy wasn't on the ground for very long. So we are going to grab this. Let's do a little bit different of an angle. I think that should work for everybody. We'll go back here. That's my face, that's the wrong camera. Okay, and so direction, we want this facing, okay, so the motor mounting points need to be facing upward. We'll turn the T-nuts so that way they drop right into the extrusion, like so. Hopefully, that's the goal at least. Goals and come on, buddy. Okay, there we go. All right, and so because it says it doesn't have any real measurement, it just says don't over tighten them so you don't break them. The base should rest on the rear feet. So we're just basically press it down so that way it's down. We will tighten these in place. And I mean, I'm going to tighten them fairly tight, but just like hand tight. Don't throw your shoulder into it because one, it's a printed part, and two, it's PETG. Okay, I think that's good. I'm using my left hand, which is not my primary, or my dominant, I guess, dominant hand. Okay, I think that'll be good. I'd rather go a little too loose and need to tighten it a hair more later than over tighten it, hear a cracking sound, and then go, well, that's all, folks, because that has definitely happened to me. It's happened to me plenty of times. Okay, now it says we need to drop the T-nuts in, 30-30 T-nuts, slide the T-nuts behind the lower screw hole, fasten them, take care not to over tighten, yada yada. Okay, so these are going on, turn you this way. And so basically rinse and repeat, but this time we have a little bit of a different strategy. I think it'll be easier if we have the, oh, thank God for the magnets. Oh, my heart, the block would have just fallen off. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, I think we'll go with the overhead. We'll grab a box of the Sunlu filament that I got in. That is way too large. We will, let's see, let's try, what about this box? This was a box from G-Funny from Murph. It's much better. Still a little bit too big. Let's see if I go, basically just want something to support the arm for right now. Ooh, if we drop it down like that, it's perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is just slide in to these T-nuts. And the reason why I'm doing it like this is if I have it vertical, these things will slide and they'll be a little bit more difficult to align with the holes. So we'll just slide it. Oh, come on. Of course, there's a little bit of magnetism on this. I also realized I can't see chat, which makes me sad. Hey, what's going on, Rod? Did you say you found a kit for the V-Minion Z-belt? I have not, but I have not looked yet. I know, exactly, CNC. That's my worry. I haven't looked at all yet. Once this thing is said and done and built, then that's something that I'm definitely not opposed looking into. Plus, if this is open source, I don't feel like it would be that hard to just model something up, so I wouldn't be opposed. We're gonna loosely thread that in there. Drop this one in. Hopefully you guys can see. I know the top camera isn't exactly the best, but I think it's a little bit easier of an angle for at least this part. Okay, so now we will tighten this. Once again, tighten, don't torque. I think that's good. I always want to go just a hair more. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so that should be nice and snug. We've got 4 bolts in place. Magnets have already saved me, so whoever you are, Angel from last stream, thank you very much for foreshadowing. My Saturn II needs a name. It is printing the first print now. Exciting. Are you doing the little, what are they, the pawns? No, the rooks? I'm waiting for my Wham Bam flex plate before I use mine. Oh, nice. Before you use your Saturn II? So there's a video coming on the Saturn II on the main channel at some point. It's in the garage. It's been in the garage since last stream. I have it all hooked up and I've done some more printing with it, but I also agree that for me, if you're going to keep a resin printer long-term, which I think that mostly only applies to people like myself that have machines coming and going fairly often, the flex plate's just absolutely awesome. It'll save you prints from breaking. It'll save you from having to brute force the build plate and accidentally causing it to go even slightly unleveled. It'll keep your build plate from getting scratched. It's just such a great thing to get. There was a mod for Belt Z on the RatRig Discord and possibly on printables. Awesome. Polymaker Sparkle Glitter ASA, how do I like the sound of it? I think that would be incredible. The only like sparkly, glittery ABS that I really know of is from Sparta. So if Polymaker does that, that would be amazing. It just looks so nice. It does a great job of hiding layer lines, and I know a lot of people like that aesthetic, which I certainly do as well. So for printer builds, it's great. Okay, so let's go to our desktop here. We're done with that. Okay, next we're doing prepare these Z-axis motor parts, which I've also pulled out. I'll just keep putting you on the ground. I'm sorry, buddy. I'll move this box out of the way. And we need, okay, so this is that. Next is here. So we've got motor. We've got this crazy looking bearing called a axial thrust bearing, which I've never used before. We've got this coupler that separates from itself, which I didn't know its official name was the spider coupler. That is way cooler than the coupler that separates from itself. 2 printed parts. We already have the motor, and then we need some of these screws. This should be everything. Let's go back to our side view. For this one, we will go down a bit. So totally random, but in case I get hungry, we signed up for Costco, which I haven't had a Costco membership, well, ever in my adult life. My family had one for a lot of my life. And when I was working at Matter Hackers, they had a pretty awesome kitchen, and that's where I first discovered their brand Kirkland Trail Mix, which I love trail mix, but I'm not huge on raisins. I like raisins, but some trail mixes have an excess amount of raisins. To me, this is the perfect ratio of raisin to M&M milk chocolate to peanut and cashew and all that. So we got our membership. I was stoked when I passed by these because they're a semi-healthy snack other than the M&Ms, which I love the M&Ms in there. So I bought a pack of like 30 of them, or whatever the box was, came home, opened them up, and not only are they the same great trail mix that I used to have like 3 or 4 years ago, but they added peanut M&Ms now too. So there's milk chocolate and peanut. I'm not sponsored by Costco or Kirkland, but if they want to sponsor their trail mix, I eat like 2 of these a day. I am absolutely hooked. They are so freaking good. It's just, it should be a crime. The downside of that is I now have permanent like cashew peanut breath all the time. Luckily I've worked from home, so Aaron's the only one that deals with it, but God, they're just so good. Okay, anyways. Oh, I should have probably been looking. We actually need, let's see. I was wrong. So we do actually need, V-Minion should not live on the ground. V-Minion should live here. And so we want plug facing outward. We want this little printed part with the groove, it looks like, facing forward. And then we want it to go in like so. Cool. So I'm just gonna hold this in place for a second here. I eat one of these every day at 9 a.m. as my mid-morning snack. Are you talking about the trail mix guy down? If you do, you've got great taste in snacks. Oh, where are you at, Zombie? You're not in the States, or they just don't have an area? What's going on, Mark? Costco, I would love, God, if Costco would sponsor. We're going to be purchasing a couch from Costco, which it's way more than I want to spend, but compared to the 6 other stores we looked around in the area, it's the best value. I would, I would love that. Okay, so it says slide the stepper motor into the mount. Z motor plug, insert the cage plug to fill the gap. Place the pillow printed part in top. Wow, okay. So we are doing this, like the spacer is in there, and then the pillow printed part needs to go like this. Okay, so we have like kind of a lot going on. It's a pretty tight fit with the motor and this little spacer down here, so you just, I guess, one hand to hold it in place. And then we are going to use the four M3x18 cap heads, which are in a bag of mixed parts, so I probably should have taken that out beforehand. Let's see. Bringing chat back over here as well, because I can't see your faces. I'm in Maine. There was talk of being one built. Okay, so you're in the States, just in an area they don't have it. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Costco Aaron had never really been to Costco. I'm gonna dump these out and find the 18. She'd never really been to Costco, and so it was fun the other day when we got our membership to kind of walk around and let her see everything. Growing up, that was like when we were hungry, my dad would be like, "Here, go have some samples." But also they have like a $2 massive slice of pizza and soda, which they still apparently have. Aaron got it for lunch for the first day of this last week, and so yeah, it was exciting to like have her see all of those things for the first time. Okay, so we've got the M3x18s. We're gonna put everything else back in this bag. This bag actually has 25 mil and 16 mil M3 screws as well, so we'll just do that so I don't lose them. Okay, so now it looks like we're going through all of the things. So this goes through the spacer, which goes through that printed part, which goes through that printed part, which goes into the motor. And this, all of this stuff slides, which is cool. So we can slightly adjust it. Let me make sure this is... Okay, so that one's lined. I'm not fully tightening it. I want to make sure I at least get the diagonal ones in as well. Cool. Drop these last two in. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. It looks like you can. And then we will make sure these are threading into the motor, which they are. Lisa, spend money on the couch or go to the Salvation Army or always get a crappy one. Yeah, so do they have big TVs? They do have big TVs, but I think most of them are like nice big TVs, and I'm looking for like not super nice big TVs, because again, it's just all I need it is to be able to read chat or use it as like seeing what the stream currently looks like, so it doesn't need to be fancy. I worked for a company that named their server after Looney Tunes characters. It's awesome. So Lisa, when it comes to furniture, I'm fine with getting just about all furniture secondhand, and now that I have a garage, I actually am super interested in like sanding and restoring some stuff, but I'm torn on a couch because it's soft fabric, and I was even considering it after talking to some of my coworkers, but then I went on Google and started searching used couches and like ended up on a thread of people that bought them that got bed bugs, and it instantly turned me off from it. We've actually had bug problems like ants and roaches at the first place we lived in, and I know the chances are not high, but it was enough for me to be like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. But yeah, everything else, like wood, anything hard that's not a fabric, I have nothing against going down to like Salvation Army or OfferUp or Craigslist or something like that. I need all the servers after sci-fi movies at one of my jobs. They have a decent choice TVs at all price points. Interesting. Maybe I'll look. I don't know if I've had the hot dogs at pizza. Or, hot dog. I don't know if I've had the hot dogs at Costco. TLC. Okay, maybe I'll look then. Sanding. Oh, middle age is hitting hard. I don't want to hand sand. I would be getting a fairly decent orbital sander. But yeah, maybe it is the... I turn 30 next month, so I feel like I'm turning a new leaf. Okay. Apply downward pressure on the spider coupler. The holes in the ear are slotted to allow adjustment. This will be performed a later step. For now, push the motor as far back as possible. Okay, so let me loosen it a little bit more. I think I already had it pushed in, but it's saying like there's a slot so we can adjust this. We want it pushed all the way in. So we will do that. We will tighten these. It is absolutely insane how much one cup of coffee just has me feeling so uncomfortable. I was exhausted earlier. Like, I don't know why. I'm trying to change my schedule from going to bed at like 2 in the morning to more like Erin's times, which she goes to bed at like 10. So it's not realistic, but 11, 11:30, getting up at like 7. So I tried that the last 2 days, and clearly I'm not there yet. So I was feeling tired. I was like, this is not gonna fly for the stream. I need more energy. So I had a cup of coffee, which I normally would sip on during the stream, but I just slammed it, and now I feel, I just feel like a crazy person at this point. I have energy, but it's like, whew, all right. That's where they make sanding blocks and other sanding tools for. Yeah, I am not a very patient person, at least in some regards. Like repetitive things, which sanding to me is so repetitive. I'm sure if I like put on a podcast or, you know, put on some tunes, like I could rock out and sand, but yeah, my goal is to sand smarter, not harder. Like absolutely. I got a Festool dust extractor and sander. It's expensive, but so nice. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Power tools all the way, more reason to buy toys. Exactly. Then I could tell Aaron, like, it's for the furniture, I gotta restore it. Okay, so yeah, the next thing we're going to be doing is using, let's see, is this little spider coupler, which basically is very cool looking. It has a metal side, and a middle side with the ball bearings, and an opposite side that's a metal side. In this little baggie, and I've never seen them before. No, this isn't the spider, I'm sorry. This is called the thrust bearing. The spider is the other thing. But yeah, take a look at, for anyone that hasn't seen this, which hopefully I'm not alone. But yeah, so this is the side that's got the ball bearings, and then you've got like two metal, what almost look like shims, but they've got an internal cavity, and so you've got one that goes on one side of it like that, and then you've got one that goes on the other side of it like that. Just neat. I've never seen these used before. I've never seen them, period. So what these are going to do, we are going to drop these onto the shaft of the motor, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, so we will do our best to just, yeah, perfect, they fit. So that's what that block's for. That block helps to keep it all aligned if you're not clumsy. There we go. And then we're going to take the real spider, coupler. Let's see, it says this will perform. For now, push the motors far back. Install the axial thrust bearing over the shaft of the stepper. It should fit within the pillow block. Apply downward pressure on the spider coupler to compress the axial thrust bearings. Tighten the lower screw while applying downward force as stated above. Okay, so only one side of the spider. Yeah, but these are so cool. They separate from each other. Maybe. Okay. Maybe it's because they're tightened. Okay, I can't do it right now for some reason. Maybe it's my coffee. But these separate from each other. And the reason why that's cool is if for some reason your nose, the nozzle is going downward into your bed and the Z-axis or your sensor doesn't trigger, instead of it constantly just pushing downward force in your bed and crashing, like, you know, scratching or whatever, the pressure will cause these two to separate, and so it will not be able to press into your bed. And I hadn't really seen these prior to going to Murph. I remember walking around with G20, and G20 had seemed like he had definitely seen them before, but for me, I was like, those are fancy. I really like those. So we are going to place the smaller side on the shaft, and then it doesn't look like on this one there's any set place that, like, normally you want the set screw on the flat post of the shaft. On this, it just looks like it doesn't matter. So we're going to place it down. It says to apply downward pressure and then tighten this. So that is what we're going to do. You're going to drink some water as well. Man, I lowered the AC.
For funding something else. Winking face.
Oh, snap. It looks like already 3 months. Happy to support you. Thank you very much. Nice for renewing your membership for 3 months. That is awesome. And for the €2, TV or for funding something else. Well, I'll tell you what, the €2 is exactly the price of the Costco pizza and the drink. So maybe I'll go look at TVs while using that to get a pizza and a drink. So that sounds awesome. Thank you very much. I love the Makita adjustable one. It's amazing for $100. I use Ryobi, not expensive. Yeah, I'm starting to slowly get Ryobi, or is that how you say it? Ryobi? Because they seem to be sort of better than the Harbor Freight stuff I was getting prior, which I didn't have a lot of, but not crazy expensive. And I figured if I end up using something to the point where I break it, then maybe we'll look at something else. But the Home Depots are everywhere, and their brand just seems pretty dang decent. So that's what I'm doing. What's going on, Domentarion? Hi, folks. Is the bearing lubricated? I don't know. I don't know. It didn't say anything about lubricating it, so I'm not going to. They're just fully packaged. Oh, interesting. I should know that because I've skateboarded most of my life, and I also made fidget spinners for the hype of it. I have those couplings on all my machines. Yeah, I might need to do something like that, Dan. Use them on my old Ender back in the day. So apparently I'm just missing the boat on these. I might need to make a video on them because I'd like to think I'm not the only one that's not using them, and I think they're very cool. It's just a flexure, right? Correct? I think it's only for angular force. Maybe? Hey, Chuck B, welcome. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. I'm Team Green for the weird random tools. Team Yellow for higher performance tools. Huh, okay. Yellow, Makita's blue though, right? Craftsman's red, what's yellow? I thought, I won't pretend to know. I'm just getting into the tool life, okay? For being in apartments and condos, like there's been only so much I've been able to do. And now it's like, oh, you need a leaf blower, you need an edger, you need a saw for this thing. So, okay, let's go ahead and get this tightened up. So I'm just going to, is this the right? Yeah. So we will hold this in place. For this, I kind of would like to have an actual angled to apply a bit more force to it, but that kind of seemed like a lot of force. So I think maybe we're good on that. Yeah, I think we're good on that. It says to press downward and apply some force downward while tightening it, so that's what we did. Tighten the lower screw. Okay, cool, cool. Hey, what do you know? We are done with that. Now we're on the last section I pulled out parts for, actually. So if we get done with this, we're only at the hour mark. We might be able to tread ahead and get through the bed, which would be tread ahead and get through the bed. I wasn't trying to rhyme, but I like it. All right, so now we need these parts. Okay, so this one we will do a couple things without the V-Minion. We'll place this on the ground for better viewing angle. Ooh, super random as well, but again, this is what we do on our Wednesday streams. Went to the movie theater for the first time. Well, that's not true, we went in January. But the second time in like 3 years, there's a theater close to us that's like the equivalent of a dollar theater, so $3 tickets, and then $2 on Tuesdays. Nope, $1 on Tuesdays. And I don't care if the movie just came out or it's been out for some months. I don't keep up to date that well. But me and Aaron love animated movies, and so we went and saw Bad Guys, and it was adorable. If you like animated movies or you have young children, definitely cool to watch. And then we're hoping to go watch Lightyear in the next little bit here. So, any other animated movie fans? I will say that, like, when I say animated movies, like, I don't watch very much like anime other than Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli. But I do just like animated movies in general. I always have, my whole family. All right, so we've got, for this we are using big printed part. We are using 4 M3x8s, which are going to be these guys, M3x8s. No, that doesn't seem right. For this, we're using M6x12s. Yeah. I was like, that just seems way too small. These are M6x12s, okay. DeWalt. Oh, DeWalt. Okay. Okay, so DeWalt is yellow. Makita is like that bluish teal. Ryobi's green. And Craftsman's red. Okay. DeWalt's yellow. Hey, what's up, Zerent? Thank you for dropping by. That 30 is coming fast. We're less than 2 months away from Big 3-0. It's exciting. It's crazy. I remember thinking 30 was so old when I was like, you know, 21 or whatever. And now I'm like 30, like I'm just getting started, you know? So mentally, everything feels the same, other than I feel like I'm a little bit wiser, hopefully. My body hurts a little bit more when I do activities, but yeah, that's about it. My Hero Academia was fun with the kids. I haven't watched that. I've heard good things about it. Owls of Gahul is nice. Big Hero 6 is great. Storming like crazy here. Oh man, I am shocked that the Prusa Minis do not have a power resume. Since they're running Marlin, I can't understand why they don't implement it. Bad Guys is fun. Haven't seen Lightyear yet, but it's streaming on Disney. Is it really? We have Disney Plus, so maybe we won't watch that in theater. I choose Rigid. Rigid's what we went with for the shop back. Get Disney Plus. There are a lot. We do have Disney Plus. Yep. Erin always has all the classic ones. She has Beauty and the Beast on all the time. Robin Hood. Quite a few other ones as well. Like if she came here, she'd be listing them all off. Every time she puts thing on, I'm like, again? Okay, and so then we need 4 30/30 square T-nuts, which are these big ones. These things are freaking huge in comparison to the T-nuts. 2, 3, 4. All right. I am 34 and so. Men are getting 7 and then just physically grow. Hey, Lisa, with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Wow, there is a lot. There's a lot of notifications. It looks like Rod got one. Fabrico got a membership. Also, I didn't know Fabrico was here hanging out on the chat. What is going on, Fabrico? Everyone say hello and thank you for sponsoring this build and this stream. Marcus got one, Tobias got one, and Nuno. Thank you, Lisa, and please everyone say thank you to Lisa. You guys are awesome. There is so much green. There is so much green in the chat. Yes, we will be doing a giveaway in 22 minutes. Yeah, Lisa is awesome. Did you get Clipper Screen running, Lisa, after you reinstalled Linux? Okay. So direction we want to go from is orientation looks like this way. Yeah, so the rat logo facing you is the direction we want to shove the bolts through. And then we'll do the same thing where we'll just, yeah, we can still thread these on a couple times, it looks like. Oops. I am excited. So, like I said, we're getting really close to 2,000 subs on this channel, and we're not there yet, but I think October is 1 year on this channel, which is just so fun. And I think I mentioned it last time, and someone said, I think it was Zarent actually, that it's not even a year yet, because it does feel like we've been streaming for a really long time. But it is just exciting to hit that 1 year of basically streaming every single week, with the exceptions of like the wedding. I think there was one other exception. Was it maybe when I got the Rona, I didn't stream that week because I wasn't here. I had to cancel my flight back home. So, but other than that, like it's been so fun, and I'm super stoked that we've stuck with it, because that was my concern, was like starting something and not seeing it through. But man, it's just been so fun. This is going to give me a heart attack. Let's go with, this is still pretty high energy, I suppose. Link for giveaway is not live yet, Brendan. It'll go live in 20 minutes, and then it will be live for 30 minutes, then we'll draw. Hey, what's up, Alicia? The printer is the RatRig V-Minion, which is a cantilever style, just nutty machine, like 30/30 extrusions, super beefy linear rails, like built overkill, but that's what we like. So really excited. All right, last bolt here. I think I might have trail mix in a little bit just to get some food in me. Like, let's see. There we go. Last bolt through. And then we'll just spin this on a couple times. You know what? This one doesn't really spin that well, so we'll go on the bolt side and turn it a couple times. No! I thought we turned it a couple times. Ah. Oh, silly me, I did the same thing again. Wrong driver. I thought I was using the right driver, but was not. There we go, now we're in. Okay. Yeah, let's have some trail mix. Feeling a little bit crazy. Streams like this inspire me to do the same, so thank you and keep up the great work. Yeah, so I gotta say, when I started streaming, was like pretty nervous. I've done streams before, right? But it's been years, like 7-8 years, or it's like a hangout, right? Where there's someone else for me to talk to, so there's this sort of exchange of energy back and forth. I was nervous. I didn't think the streams were going to be good. I like to think I have an enjoyable personality, but I know that I can be really ranty. Like, it's just me. Anyone that knows me knows, like, Daniel's got a lot of energy. He's, you know, it's just the way I am. Which if anyone knew my dad, you would be like, yep, it makes sense now. The fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. But yeah, I was nervous. And like, I would get, like, before I was gonna go live, I'd get just real excited and nervous about how things were gonna go. And it would take me about half an hour on every stream to sort of get in the zone and start to like feel like myself. And I'm like, cool, these are nice people. These are good people that want to hang out. And so as time's progressed now, like it's family, you know, like it's the community, which is to me like my, you know, my nerdy 3D printing family, which is awesome. Or just the maker community. There's just so many awesome people. And so for me, it's just surpassed what I initially could have hoped for by a long shot. But yeah, I had excuses for a long time in my head, like, you know, you won't stick with it. You like, what will you do? It won't look good. I like all of these things, and I finally just said, to hell with it. I'm gonna try it, and it's grown and evolved a lot, but it's been fun since the beginning. So yeah, absolutely. We'll continue building shortly. I just need a little bit of a build here. Did I get you hooked? I haven't used Galaxy Dark Blue yet. I need to order some. I'm getting into printing RC planes. Lightweight PLA. I just found my lightweight ASA the other day. It's not so bad. The main thing you need to figure out is just do some small prints to get your flow down and the temperature down. But it's actually really awesome. I had trouble sighting this on an extrusion. Easier to insert the nuts first. Oh, okay, we'll try it. I figured, because of the fact that there's no slack, that you need a pretty big gap between the bolt and the square nuts to get it in, so we'll see. I print a lot of standard PLA, Zombie. It's so good, so good. So my printer's intake of filament varies, right? Depending on the season and what I'm printing. But I use PLA a ton because PLA works great for things, inexpensive, tons of colors, amazing for prototyping. Even if I'm going like, this is the dust shoe that, you know, I basically finished up. And it's been in PLA, all the prototyping, so that way I can just crank them out and it would be quite simple. And now that I'm happy with the design, I'm gonna print it in carbon fiber nylon. Carbon fiber nylon looks awesome. It'll be it'll be very rugged on the CNC machine, and I think it'll be a great choice. But yeah, I print a ton with PLA. As of right now or lately, I would say I'm printing probably 85% in PLA. No, that's not true. Okay, let's do 80% PLA, 10% ABS right now, 5% PETG, and 5% miscellaneous. I wouldn't say that's an exact, but that's roughly what I'd say my spread is currently. Next. Plastic people are the best. Aaron's only rule when we moved here was no plastic in bed, because at our last place, there was, I didn't have a good system, and there was always like skirts and stuff that would end up on the ground, and they would end up on my sock, and I would track them into the bed. And so she would get mad when she was trying to go to sleep and pulls up like a skirt. So I've been better here. Do you tinker with CAD? I do. Yes. So I wouldn't say I'm by any means an expert, but like this was my latest thing I designed. I've gone through a lot of different CAD softwares. Used Fusion for years, switched over to Shaper because I like that you can use it on an iPad, but it's direct modeling versus parametric modeling. And for something like this, I planned on, it's built right now for the 60-watt spindle, I think is what it is, but I'm going to be using the same design for a larger Makita router, and versus having to go back or remodel it, because of the constraints I put on it in the CAD software, I just changed two values. It stretches the mounting point right here, which is tied to this mounting point, and so it'll adjust all my values. So yeah, I'm doing a bit more 3D modeling. It's very time consuming, but it's also super rewarding, and if I have a need, I'm going to try to a bit more so do that. So yeah. I wish I had that much time and space to make all the new printers. It took a long time, Alicia. It wasn't always like this. This is like year 9 of 3D printing. You have a great community around you? Absolutely. I've been a part of quite a few communities. Like prior to this, I was really big into like retro video gaming and video game modding, and the community was cool, but like not like the maker community by any means. I still have pizza from lunch, steak and bacon with, oh God, that sounds so good, Zerent. I've literally had a bowl of cereal in this trail mix today. My printers are enclosed, with PLA and ABS being almost the same price. I rarely use PLA. That's fair. On a pizza? It looks nice. PLA is great for testing iterations. Facts. ABS all the way for me. It's the same kind of price per kilo. Tons and tons of color styles of everything. Yeah, that's true. The selection of filaments is insane. When I first started printing, it was like 8 colors was like, that was a lot for a filament manufacturer. That was a ton, actually. Okay. I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna get back to building. I wanna get this part installed, then we'll open the giveaway. I think we're gonna get further than I thought today. We're at like an hour and 20. I have nothing planned. I mean, I have stuff to do later, but like nothing appointment-wise, so we're just here to build. And hang out, and eat trail mix. Okay. There is, oh, pizza sounds so good. There is, so Eddie the engineer, you know, I believe is part of Boron team, but he's been showing off and building a IDEX Trident that he brought to Murph, and his is high temp. He has like crazy massive extrusions on it that enclose or encase bigger panels, and it's insulated. So you can take an existing one and basically replace printed parts with aluminum, or like maybe like upgrade it. So like build it out of ABS, then print polycarbonate parts, then use polycarbonate to print like peak parts if you needed to go that high. I don't think going above polycarbonate makes a lot of sense, but yeah, you can do something like that. Giveaway link will be live in 10 minutes. Why doesn't Lightburn support your channel? I know you work for them, but that would be nice. Yeah, I think that, one, it would probably be a little bit of conflict of interest. I try to keep the two entities fairly separate. Although, like, there's no, like, everyone, well, I've announced multiple times and we've used Lightburn for laser stuff here and there on stream. But secondly, they don't, as a company, do a ton with like social media marketing and stuff like that. So I don't know that they really sponsor much of any channels at all. So I think that's also part of the reason. All right, so motor is going on. One thing I don't see is direction of plug, but it looks like, let's go like this. Okay, so it looks like motor is going here, and in the picture I don't see a plug here, I don't see a plug here. Oh, that must be where the plug goes, right? I couldn't imagine they have that sort of cut out for anything else. They usually have a video. Let's check out the video really quick. How long is this? That is too long. I guess we only need the beginning. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yeah. Everyone saw that, right? For that brief second, plug's right there, downward, so cool. Just want to make sure I have it the correct way for wiring later on, otherwise I will be sorry, I'm sure. Okay, and then for the other side, what are we using for this? M3x8 cap heads. These are these little guys. Okay. Nice. I can just go like this. Aw, Monkey is. I closed the front door because he freaks out when anybody drives by. But he always waits there all day long for his mom to come back home, and he's just sitting, looking towards the closed door with his head down. It looks sad. He likes me, but he likes all of us home. At least I think he likes me. All right. Motor is in. ABS has lower density than PLA, so the average material cost is usually cheaper. Interesting, that's right, because they sell it by the kilogram. I wish nylons weren't so finicky with moisture, or I use it more often. Yeah, if you, nylon carbon fiber is much easier to print than regular nylon, both for the moisture absorption factor and the warping factor. It just, the stiffness of it causes it to warp less. Looking for legacy sponsors. All right. So done that. Last thing we need to do is place this onto the shaft. And this is a huge, yeah, this is a huge pulley for the belts on the bed, 9mm. Position the timing, pulley is shown, the end of the stepper shaft should be flush with the end, fasten the two set screws in the timing. Okay, so on this we want to so we're gonna place this on here with the belt portion facing inward. We want it to be flush, but we also want to make sure that at least one of the set screws lines up with the flat portion of the post of the motor. So that way it has a solid grip on it. And the way I usually guarantee that, in 1 second here, find, yep, that's right. So normally I will, can you see this? Yeah, kind of. I will start to tighten one of them. And while I'm tightening it, I'll just wiggle it, like wiggle it back and forth. And what'll usually happen, yeah, you'll get to a point where it's still loose enough where you can move it up and down to get it in position, but it's tight enough where it won't slide off of the flat part of the post. So, and then now I'm just going to use my thumb to do my best to align those two, which of course is being stubborn, because why wouldn't it be? And then we'll tighten this. My shoulder cracked. That's the difference, right? Like, I feel like, you know, I don't feel old, but every year, like, phones crack a bit more and they pop a bit more. I think that should be good. There's maybe a slight bit of off. I'm curious to see if in the future I'll need to add some Loctite to that, but for now we'll start without. There's no mention of it. The end of the stepper, fully fastened, sweet. Okay, so now we need to grab our V-Minion again. And it looks like we are going to be sliding it on, so it should be this direction. And it should be like this. Install motor assembly. Yes. Yeah. Cool. All right. We'll be able to slide these on. You made me hungry now. The amount of streams I've had where I'm like, we need to go eat this. Hey, what's up, Steven? First time catching one of your live. Well, I'm glad that you were able to. Thanks for dropping by. From my understanding, Minion is one of the only printers you can drop from a shelf and it still functions because it's built like a tank. I have zero desire to drop this from a shelf. Maybe it'll survive the U-Haul. Too soon. Too soon. Okay, so game plan is we are sliding these into the extrusions. The issue is because these are not T-nuts, they are square nuts, it's going to be super tight. So, oops, and you also need to go like this. That actually isn't so bad. I didn't tighten them very much. That's the key thing. You want to have, oh, come on, guy. Oh, come on, guy. There we go. Sweet. Let's see. So it says assemble, step 3, V-Minion. Install the motor assembly into the V-Minion, the frame is shown. 30 T-nuts will slide, yada, yada, yada. Fasten. Okay, sweet. So we're going to take a M3, or no, M8 by 30. What a monster of a screw. Jeez. For anyone that doesn't know, the switch wire that we built prior to moving from California to Idaho fell. Not funny, but you can only laugh at this point. Whoa. I don't know that I have a driver big enough for this. Dude, this thing is insane. We're going out to the garage, I guess. But yeah, it fell, and on stream, I thought it was just like a damaging of the enclosure, but the board actually smoked on stream, an X driver. Okay, let me see if I can find a driver in the garage. I'm gonna leave you guys on since Erin's not home. There's no like sound in the house right now, even though she should be home. She's off an hour ago. I don't know. Oh no, she worked before. Anyways, go to the garage, try to find it, come back, bolt this in, and then we will open up the giveaway. Take you guys out in the garage. I'm not convinced I have a driver this large. This thing is an absolute monster. I don't know if you guys will really hear me all the way from the garage, but. All right. Oh, Ooh, these are huge. Yes. Yes. All right, come back. Hey, monkey. What's up, buddy? All right, Delilah. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Yay for massive drivers that I purchased at some point, or like, wait, that's too big. Okay. Absolutely insane, dude. Is it threading? No, it's not. What am I? What is happening here? Okay, I lied. Let's open up the giveaway. let's get the giveaway link going. Hey, what's up, Jason? It sounds like a Mario Bros. Song. Garage Buff, finally released. T-handle should be in your trunk. Yeah. We have one car, and Aaron takes it to work, so no trunk here. Okay, so giveaway is going to be opening up in a second here. Starting URL. All right, so for anyone that is new here, because clearly there are some new people, which is exciting, we are giving away a spool of Polymaker filament. This is international, free shipping. The giveaway form will be pinned in the chat for half an hour, and then we will draw live on stream. And then the way it works is I'll either contact you on email or Discord and send you the form to fill out where you can choose between PLA, ABS, ASA, or PETG. And Polymaker, our wonderful sponsor of the show, and Filament Fairy, I like that, will send you a package with your filament. And if anybody is interested in picking up Polymaker filament, because it is absolutely fantastic material, there's also a link in the description where you can do so, and a part of that does support the channel and the stream, and also lets them know that you know, some viewers are going their way, which doesn't hurt in them continue to sponsor us. But massive thank you to them. They've been awesome. Polymaker is a super cool company and just great part of the community. All right, come on, buddy. All right, I'm gonna turn this to the side and use a little bit of force to see if I can get it to start threading. I don't understand. I don't understand why it's not threading. I'm tempted to take this whole thing out now and just take the bolt and see if I can thread it. Oh, we're threading. Oh, we're threading. Took a little bit of love, but we're threading. All right, there we go. There we go. At least Nintendo songs. No, none of these are Nintendo songs nice. They're just like free or royalty-free songs from Stream Beats, but it sure as hell sounds a lot like, ooh, our magnet moved. It really sounds like a Mario song. Yeah, Polymaker. Oh, thank you. Polymaker. Yeah, thanks for posting the Polymaker Discord, you funny. Polymaker is awesome. I've used their material for years. Hopefully the referral worked on the last Polymaker purchase. You can check for funsies. Did you use the bit.ly link? Because it should be now a bit.ly link. Before, it was not a bit.ly link, and we determined that did not work. So those orders... Okay, I don't know my password to the portal. I'll just check real quick, see if there's anything new on there. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, the 3 orders that were on here were I know Lisa, because Lisa messaged me directly with her order number so I could shoot it over to Polymaker, and they manually added it. And then Alien also placed an order, and I saw it the moment it went live. So, no, I don't see it. If it was recent, let me know. If you have the order number, let me know too, and I can manually send it over and they can add it. But I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because I feel like there also should be more things happening on the affiliate side of things. But okay, 36 people in the giveaway so far. If you have not, please smash the like button. I'm trying to get us to 2,000 subscriber mark, which we are getting really, really close. All right, so this is nice and tight. Last thing we need to do is just bolt in these few bolts on the side. This is the right one. Yeah, there's a lot of very large bolts holding this piece in place. Ooh. Oh, I heard a slight cracking sound. I don't think it was the part breaking, but I'm not going tighter on that bolt. It's a little nerve-wracking. All right, we're leaving it at that. I'm very happy. Okay. Install the Y-axis, take care not to over tighten, fasten all four, take care not to over tighten. Awesome. All right. Next. $16 per 3 kilogram. What happens if you go north of that? Is there, if you order like 6 kilograms, does it double, or is there a break on the shipping? All right, so now we're gonna do the Y-axis idler. For this, we need all of these parts right here. Let's see. Start by inserting nylon lock nuts. And threading that through, cool. Oh, it needs to be shims. Micro percent. Okay, let's do this without the printer, and then we'll do the printer. So we're starting with, oops, printed part. Let's go back to side cam. Printed part, check. Nylon lock nut, and it's an M5 nylon lock nut. And this bag has M3, M4, and M5. So M5 should be the biggest ones in here, which looks like these ones, I think. Yeah. Okay, we've got that. Now we need that guy. Okay, insert the unlocking nut into the printed part as shown. So let's see, orientation. They have it facing like this, so lock nut goes in here. Let's see if we can get it. Please don't break. There we go. That is a very tight fit. Wondering if I'm going to need to, let's see. Wondering if I'm going to need to press it in further. Like, I'm gonna try to thread this in. See, there we go. Yeah. So we'll just do that. All right. Nut is in place. Next it says M5 by 50 cap head. M5 by 50, it's probably this big guy. Yep. Okay, so this needs to go, looking at it from this orientation, it's going to go from the bottom, but then we're going to need shims. Let's see. Install one position, shim. Install, insert, screw. Okay. Okay, so try to get a shim on the end. The top shim is going to suck to get in. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on camera. I'll try, but usually I have to like get eye level. Gotta really look the enemy in the eye. So we'll see. But I'm assuming it's just going to be these two little guys, and they are super tiny. Okay. Let's put everything back away. These look important. I don't want to lose them. Some nylon shims as well. Oh snap! Ooh, ooh. Just dropped it. Oh. I also can't see chat. That makes me sad. Let's just say there are very few people talking about Polymaker ABS ASA issues. Yeah. Plus, most of the issues I've heard are not on Filament, but just like profile needs to get dialed in, printer's not dialed in. And if there is ever an issue, I know Polymaker would absolutely make it right. I still have a roll of their copolymer nylon still in the box. I don't have drying options right now. Get it barely seated and use a screw to put it in place. Oh. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, so we have it a little bit up. So we're going to, this would be a great time to use like tweezers more than my big fingers. Let's try that actually. What happened? You know what? I think the tweezers ended up somewhere in the garage again. Okay, let's try without tweezers, and if I get frustrated, which very well might happen, then we'll go tweezers. So the goal is to get shim over. Okay, so shim is in. Now we'll thread a little bit more, and then we'll drop this guy. It is a tight fit. Okay, now that guy's in place. Yeah, getting that final shim on is going to be super fun. Okay, so game plan is getting low. We're gonna put the shim on top of the pulley or idler, and then see if we can somehow magically line it up. It is a very tight fit. Wow. I'm not convinced that's gonna happen without something to help it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need actually like a flathead to sort of push it in place. So let's go, keeping it this way, it at least can't fall out. Then we're gonna take a tiny little flathead. Yeah, that is a tight fit. Okay. All right, okay. It's not centered, but it just became centered. Okay, so it is at least a tight fit, and because it's like in this corner, there's not a lot of places for it to go. But yeah, you might need a flathead. It needed a little bit of a little TLC to get it where it needed to go. Okay, so we're gonna stop that for a second here. If you're having problems with your profile, use a Prusa i3 or Mini. Haven't seen any videos on that one. i3 for direct drive, Mini for Bowden. Thank you, Jack. That was pure dumb luck. I anticipated much more sweating, frustration. That was much nicer than the printer. Printer gods have been smiling down on this build so far. Okay, so we got that. It says fasten through the idler into the lock nut. Check the tool head idler rotates. Okay, cool. So we just want to go nice and tight, but make sure that it's still got enough slack that this guy's spinning at the end of it also. we will, oh, cool. Make sure it's going, yeah, cool. All right, so we will tighten. Oh, that is plenty tight. Yeah, I think that's good. It's a lock nut, so it's not gonna come loose. There's no up and down slack. I mean, there was hardly any slack before. I couldn't get the shim in, so I think we're looking good. We'll do it. That looks good. Next, we need to take M6 by 12s, 4 of these guys. One, two, 3, and 4. And then we need 30 square T-nuts. Wait, what kind? Like the actual square? No, T-nuts. Okay, so these guys, M3. Wait, no, I don't think that's right. Those are M5, yeah. 6. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. And then we are just going to shove these in from all sides like this, going inward. Okay, it should be nice and on. It's really nice working with larger bolts. Just makes everything a little bit easier. As I struggle to get the T-nut on, but oh, come on, guy. There we go. All right, and then we'll rinse and repeat. Other side, these guys go in. We'll use a driver to help convince it. Go home. Jeez. Ow. Oh. Come on, buddy. Some of these are super stubborn. Let's see if we can get this one in. All right, one more. Come on, guy. See if we just go straight. One sec. I'm also not using the right driver size, which would probably help. Of course it would. Use the right driver size, people. It's happened so many times in this build. I would like to see RatRig using heated inserts. They are cheaper and better than nuts, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know that I mind either way. Well, I guess my issue with T-nuts, or when I was building the original V0, the heated inserts I had a slightly different outer diameter than what was needed, and it ruined my printed parts. So that situation was frustrating, which wouldn't have happened with, you know, like not using them. But I do think that they're pretty cool. I wish that they were something that more people just kind of had as a standard. Like, I never had heated inserts prior to building the Voron. That might not be correct. That might not be right. I might have, but not much. Their parts are functional in just about that much. Yep, to be honest, shipping is not worth me driving all the way there. Gas is almost the same price. If you don't mind the bulk needed by design, a nut isn't really weaker. It's bad when shipping is cheaper than driving, yeah. All right, so we've got that, and now we are going to attach it. It looks like, install it. All right, so we did that. Now it wants us to install on the opposite side. They'll slide. If you have any problems aligning all the square T-nuts, you can alternately pre-install them. And then 2 more of those insanely big screws. Oh, and then we're done with that. We're onto the bed. We are killing it. We are gonna get done with the bed today. We are going to get done with the bed. All right. All right. Go back to the side like this. We are crushing it. Laying out stuff has really helped versus having to search through it all. Lila, you okay? Good girl. All right, so we want the rat logo facing forward. We're going to slide. You know what? Have them a little bit too far now. Interesting. Because of how the screws were, I gotta adjust these T-nuts just a hair. Ugh. Okay. So now I think I should be able to line these up. Yes. All right, looking good. So it says attach them. It says don't tighten them yet. Then we need M8 by 30s, these absolute monsters, to attach it to the front side of it. We are done with these. These are, I mean, these are insane. I mean, come on. Those are just some freaking huge screws. All right. I am thankful I had these huge drivers in the garage. I don't know what I bought them for, but I'll tell you what, I did not buy these thinking I'll need these for a 3D printer someday. It's probably for car stuff I was working on, I don't know. Some other big project. Okay. Oh, there we go. I was like, why isn't it getting tighter? Jeez, it's a little thumb workout. Which reminds me, I need they use slide-in square T-nuts there. It really depends upon how inserts are used. If parts aren't designed correctly, the inserts will dislodge over time. Quite annoying that nuts always slide out or drop when moving the part. Are these? No, these are M8. Zombie. I know, it's insane. I'm like used to M3s, like, you know, the V0 had some M2s. I think M3 was as big as it went. Like, I don't think I've ever used larger than an M3 or M4 on a printer build. So M8 is just like, what in the world? It's pretty insane. I'm not complaining, but that's crazy. All right. Those are good enough. All right, fasten them through. Take care not to over tighten, and then we want to fasten all of these side bolts for the T-nuts, which this is a smaller side. Oh, no. Is it this one? Yeah, that seems right. All right, we're just using left hand because these are huge bolts. And I am scared. I'm scared I'm gonna crack apart if I do too tight on this. All right, and then we'll rinse and repeat for the other side. Looking good. All right, it's looking like a thing now. Oh man, it looks badass, if I do say so myself. Oh, we're on 2.4 went up to M5. I haven't built a 2.4 so far. It's Switchwire and V0. 2.4 is on the radar though. It's the dream. M8. Some of those for the extrusion. The Minion is a hefty boy. I think it's bigger. I think it's bigger than it really is. 6mm wrench. This is a 6mm wrench. M5s are normal for low bearing extrusion attachment. Okay, so maybe I have used M5s. The 2 bolts on the front would probably have been enough. I 100% agree. I think my Zaltec extrusions use M6. All my VZ bot line joints are M4 and they feel beefy enough. You tighten the Y rail bolts already, looking a bit loose. Y rail bolts? This is looking loose? Yeah, this is tight. Shouldn't look loose. I don't think you have enough gussets on the frame. I'd rather have a Trident in ERCF than a 2.4. The flying, I like both of them. The flying gain tree, there's something about it that's just like freaking awesome. All right, if you have not entered the giveaway, we're gonna roll for like 5 or 6 more minutes. It looks like there are 49 entries and there are 59 people here. So at least 10 people that have not entered, which if you don't want to, that's totally fine. But if you do want to, it is a potential free roll of filament. And you get to choose too, the filament and color and all that. So it's pretty sweet. Okay, so desktop. So we did that. We are done with that. And that's the extent of what I, in my head, was like, we'll definitely get through that. I started pulling out parts for the next piece, but did not finish. So let me get my act together here a little bit. T-nut, drop in. I'll put these back in this bag because we actually have a couple left. Yeah, if we can get through this section, then next week we just start on the x-axis, and hopefully we get through x-axis, tool head, maybe a little bit more. Then I'm hoping the following stream is the this thing is printing a thing stream, so we'll see. All right. So for this stage, we need, I got the belt out, cool. I got that printed part out. What threw me off, so you see this? This is a green printed part, this is a black printed part. But what showed up was both black printed parts, which is fine. It just took me longer than it should have to find this part because I was looking through the green thinking, oh, it's not there. And then I finally got smarter and was like, maybe it's just they changed the color and, you know, what do you know? That's what it was, so. Okay, so M3 nylon locking nuts and M5 nylon locking nuts, which we have the bag of nylon lock nuts somewhere up here already. There they are. 2 M3 by 25 cap heads. M3 25 cap heads. 2 M3 by 16 cap heads. That's not in here. M3 by 16 cap heads are right there. And we've got all that stuff. Cool. So we are doing... Damn, that is a lot of lock nuts. It's like lock nuts, lock nuts, lock nuts. All right, a lot of lock nuts. It's getting nutty. Dude, it's the theme of the stream. I had trail mix and lock nuts. All the nuts. Some Y bolts look like they stick out too much, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh. You're not wrong. Some of them do stick out more than others. Your eyes don't. Oh my god. Dude. Thomas. Thank you very much. I don't know how a lot of these aren't tight. You know what? You're right. So what happened is I tightened both ends of it and then I measured to make sure it was good and then I got distracted. So I only tightened the ends. Thank you very much. This is why I need you guys to help me out. I would have caught it eventually, probably. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. There are only 2 tight screws on here. What tripped me out was I thought you were saying that the rail itself was loose. And I was like, no, it's tight, but because I only did those 2 to check measurements, and then I forgot because it's me. Oh god, my allergies today are killing me. Dude, awesome. Let's see. Nice knowing you. It will work well. Just talk next one helps with Sparta 3D. Seems like amazing phone as well. If you had a chance, try their Sparkle ABS. So you've been playing with nuts, huh? I'm like, Yeah, I guess we've been playing with nuts. Nero has set screws, Modbot has lock nuts. Lock nuts, still better than grub screws. I agree. Yeah, new East Sunny, yes, is no mess. Some of the good options I think deserves. They only need to be tight. Good afternoon from Toasty, Florida. What's going on, Louis? Or Louise? I don't know how you pronounce it, but Louis. Okay, 60 seconds left. If you have not entered in, we'll do 2 minutes left because 2 people just joined. Giveaway for Filament is linked in the chat. Enter now. We're going to be drawing the winner in like 3 minutes. A spool of Polymaker Filament, free shipping, worldwide shipping. Go. This is the final countdown. We'll do that, and then we'll get the bed installed. We did all of that in an hour and a half. That's insane. I thought for sure it would take longer. I mean, we got this installed, we got the rails installed and tightened up, we got this installed. Like, it's looking awesome. All right, I'm gonna unpin it from the chat. So that way there's no one new that clicks it. And then if you're currently filling it out, this is your final chance. Let's see, what are we at? 57 responses. 58 responses. Someone got in right now. All right. That is it. That is all being pulled. 58 responses is what we're going with. We're going to move everybody over here. Let's go to Wheel of Names. Let's clear out last week's. Let's paste in this week's. Let's share the screen. All right, 58 people. This is for a spool of Polymaker Filament, worldwide shipping. After the stream ends later on today, I will reach out. I see Tony's here again. Tony won last week, and Tony reached out to me after 2 days because I had not reached out to Tony, so I am sorry. Typical me reaches out same day, but I think because we had the appointment last week, I just took off to that and completely forgot and went to like, hey, your stream things are done until next week. So typically I reach out same day and give you the form that you need. So I will shuffle this and we will go, let's see, in 3, 2, good luck everybody, 1. Hey, 3D Experiments, congratulations, you are our winner. I think that's a new one. I don't know that I've seen, I don't think I've seen that name win before, so that is exciting. Let's do our usual confetti. We'll do a little congratulations. So yeah, I will reach out to you later today, probably via email. If it's someone I know via Discord, I'll usually contact them on Discord because we're already talking. I know you're active in the Discord, but I'll shoot you an email and with a form. You just basically say, hey, I won here. This is what I want. Here's my address. And then Polymaker will wave their magic filament wand, and then filament will show up. So congratulations on being our weekly winner. All right, let's get back to it. Where are we? Here we are. All right, so let me grab the rest of the stuff for the build. Hey, Steve's here. What's going on, Steve? Everyone say hi, Steve. Steve is working on an Ender 3 to switchwire conversion on his Sunday streams on his channel that is looking absolutely awesome. Super, super cool. I know there's been a lot of people in the Modbot Army Discord that have been sort of asking about that, especially with me having built the LDO switchwire. What are my thoughts on the conversion? And he's doing a full live build, and it's looking awesome. So, Zombie says, congrats. If you want help picking out the color, let me know. I have a feeling I know what color Zombie's gonna go with. I just got 24 spools from Polymaker, so I guess I didn't need another. That is a lot of filament. All right, let's continue with building. So, like I said, we've got all the things out for the belt, or for the bed. And so we're going to start, let's move this off the side again. Lots of nylon lock nuts, tons of nylon lock nuts. So we're moving all this over here. We need M5 lock nuts that are gonna go on the inside here. So I'll probably try to slide it in place and then, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about this. So let's get these out. Might be a little bit better if I zoom in on this. It's kind of a smaller part. We'll do our best. Yeah, Steve, what color filament, or what filament did you use? It was from Sparta, wasn't it? I know you mentioned it somewhere, but it's like absolutely just gorgeous color. Okay, so we need M5 nylon lock nuts, not M6. So these are going to be M5. There's no way. Oh, so it must be M3, M4, M5. Yeah, M5 are the biggest ones that come in this. So, all right, so we're just going to attempt to, I think the strategy here is going to be to, okay, let's try a couple things. One is just placing these inside of here, like so. It's not what we want. It's kind of gonna suck. Okay, let's see direction again. So nylon, yeah, this way. I think game plan is going to be to try to use my tiny little flathead that I have over here and just slide it to where it needs to go and see if I can put downward force. So I'm gonna get low for a second here. Sorry, you probably will only see hairy arms. This kind of sucks. Oh, no! Yeah, I think, Daniel, is there anything else? Okay, another idea is to use flathead to try to get it lined up and then come from top with bolt and see if we can, yes, yes. All right, so that's the move right there. Just position it, use a little flathead. Oh, I'll see if we can get the back one. But use a flathead to try to slide it over where it needs to go, and then come from the top with a bolt and try to push it into the little, into where it needs to go. Oh, did we get it? I can't actually tell. Alright, I would love to show this on camera a bit better, or a bit more. I don't think it's gonna happen, so just everybody wish me luck. I definitely need to look inside here to try to get this. Ooh. Oh, there we go. I believe, come on. It's so close. Oh, we got it. Okay, but it's actually not tight. So one of them was looser than the other. So it can pop out, so I have to be careful. Forceps? If the screw is too long, put nuts on the screw to choke up the length. Oh. Use a screw to pull it into the hole. Okay, we got it, everyone. So one of the holes, one of the nut trap holes required force to drop it in. The other one, it just was loose enough or had enough slack to fall in. So Steve says, yeah, Sparta 3D. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is such a nice color contrast. Okay, so we got that. Now we need to just do 4 more on the outside. Interesting. So it wants it to be turned this. They flip it around, but if I flip it around, that one nut's gonna fall out. Let's see. Looks like a game of Twister with tweezers. Yeah, my favorite kind of Twister game. Zara, I wish you and everyone a good night. It's 11 p.m. I need to work at 7 a.m. No worries. That's like the new schedule I'm trying to get on is 11 to 7 for sleep. So I completely understand, and I hope you have a great night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so this is fasten. M3 by 25. At what point do I get to tighten that down? Okay, so that is where they get used. And it's going to be going... Dude, that's going to be interesting. I don't like that nut... Alright, we'll put that one after. Oh! Oh, I am a goofball. So, no, it's not that one of them... It's not that one of the nut traps in there is bigger than the other. It's that you need to use the right size nut. So for the second one, I used an M4 instead of an M5. It looked the same when I grabbed it from down here. All right, let's try it again, everyone. At least I figured it out. Okay, so let's see if we can do the same little magic trick. Go to your home, buddy. Go to your home, buddy. Did it go? I can't actually go. No, definitely not. Alright. This is, I think, the only time in this build that I need to do this, so we will get this, I believe. And it should be easier. Oh, there we go. Got it. We're done! Yes! Alright. Hell yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the winner right there. Use something small to get it over to where it needs to go, and use this longer bolt to just help push it down. Some of the nuts on the MK3. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember as well. That was the soul of the complaint Zero had with the build. They use so many different sizes. I hardly remember the MK3S build. We did it on stream, but it was such a long stream. I want to say it was like 7 hours. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was a very long stream. It almost feels like a blur to me. Okay, so we got that. Now we can just continue on like normal. So now we're gonna use just M3 nylon lock nuts, and we're gonna insert them into these four slots over here, which should hopefully be much easier, depending on how freaking tight they are. Okay, don't break that. Some of these are really tight. Okay, so they want us to go backside like this. Thinking I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Oh, it's not bad once you get it in, but to actually get them in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try to sort of get them lined up like that. Nope. Like. Come on, guy. Let's see what happens if I just use like a big driver. Nope. In this instance, I agree with Zerent that I prefer heat inserts that just... Okay, let's see if I can just go like this and then try to line it up down here. Holy crap, dude. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, these are tight. Pull it in with screw. That was a tough one. That would have been really tough even with a screw, I think. And these last two don't even have through holes. Like, I don't know how well you can see it, but those were the two that went through. These two were just small little spots. So let's see if I can line these up, but these are very, very tight. Gosh, it's like shockingly tight, these ones. Ugh. Holy crap. I mean, you clearly need to go that tight, because I'm barely getting them to pop in, but I wonder if that's normal, or if for some reason these printed parts just have slightly tighter tolerances than they normally would. Okay, that one's in. Wow, jeez, man. Woo! Oh, all right. Are we another sleepy opinion here spinning out? You have made some real progress here, man. I need to sleep. Hey, Dan, no worries. I completely understand. Get a good night's sleep. Thank you for hanging out. We're gonna get through mounting the bed. At least that's the ultimate goal. And then next week, same time, we'll continue. And the goal is knock out X carriage, knock out the EVA toolhead, or EVA toolhead, and yeah, hang out, have fun. So, what are Nipix pliers? Why do I not have them? They sound like they'll solve. Oh, so they're kind of like channel locks, or no, vice grips, not channel lock. Yeah, they're like vice. I have. You know what? I probably could have used them. I have these guys, which look, my pops got me these. I think this was for car stuff initially, and I've used them a fair amount. The issue I've run into is that we've actually used these on stream. The issue I've run into is that if you have to press really hard, sometimes the teeth will leave that, that groove pattern in the printed part. Not always, I guess, if you set it to the right height and all that, but like I have used them before. Oh, flat surface. Dude, those look awesome. I'm looking at them right now. Okay, so that's the key difference. Yep, that would solve the issue that I've had. They are $90. So unfortunately, they are slightly out of our budget. But yeah, those look sick. Very similar to what I've got, except without the grip, which would make them perfect for popping those. It's crazy. Like, I'm not a tool guy. I mean, I would love to become a tool guy. I think tools are awesome, and I've been acquiring little by little more and more. But like, I didn't even know this existed. I didn't know this was a thing until you brought it up right now. So yeah, absolutely, that would be much nicer. And if anyone is wondering what a birthday present would be, a good option, this would be a fantastic birthday present. In 2 months. Yeah, kind of pricey. What is the price, build volume, and temperature ranges of the V-Minion? I can post this for you, and you can take a look at it. It's 180 cubed. Price depends. $659. There's a link in the description, and I posted it too. But $659 for a full kit, and 2 mechanical kit is $229. There is a $25 off coupon code if you go with the full kit. Small press would be cool too, but I know myself and how clumsy I am, and I would run into it every time I went around here, and it would cause me to swear one extra time a day, every day at least. So they have some temperature range. It's an all metal hot end, but if you go with the full kit, it's PETG. So if you're going to enclose it, you probably would want to reprint the parts in ABS, but technically it's an all metal hot end, so you should be able to hit 300C. Okay. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Okay, let's see what's next. That's done. Now we need an M5, another one. This one's got to go right here. Hopefully this one isn't going to be as much of a jerk, but we'll see. Oh, that one's beautiful. Yeah, that one was a piece of cake. I wish they were all like that. That was no problem at all. Awesome. Okay, and now we need belts. So let's let's put the lock nuts back in here so we don't lose them. Move you guys over here, go desktop for a second so you can look at something other than the tiny little section that's on here. Good night, all European people. Brent, I think. With your CNC and garage, maybe get some tool sponsors. Oh, that would be amazing. I have the same studio lights in here in the garage. I bought a second set because I do pretty much all my video work for Lightburn I do in the garage because I don't have any lasers in here anymore. I don't have a PC out there though, but I did buy a laptop also for having out there, a Windows laptop, and we might be able to rig something together. My only issue is that, like, especially now, there's no way you'd catch me in the garage streaming. It's hot inside with the AC at 77. In the garage, it's probably 104, 105 right now. So I don't know, it'd be interesting. Sort of like heat inserts instead of pocket nuts for nuts. Yeah, Zarant was talking about that earlier, and I definitely see why people would like heat inserts for something like that. I mean, it worked. It's, you know, it's just during the initial build, but I can see why there's that preference. Okay, let's get to, that's not right. Let's get to it. Okay, so, oops, I'm goofing. We are goofing. Okay, so belt is going in here into this little groove, like so, it looks like. It doesn't really say exactly how much. So I take one end of the belt and fold it back on itself so the teeth lock together, form a loop, insert. I don't want to use an unnecessary amount of belt for that, but we'll see. And then we'll just push this. I'm struggling. Interesting. All right, let's try it again. It's like partially going in. There we go. Why is it not? There we go. I feel like we're so close. Why are you popping out, buddy? So just... I'm doing something wrong. Or maybe I'm just not using enough brute force on this thing. I don't know. Part of the belt is behaving really nicely. Like, I don't know how well you can see it, but like half the belt's in and the other half is just not wanting to go. I feel like a Happy Gilmore. You too good for your home? Yeah. It actually, let me try something. I'm just gonna pulling it out. Let's try again. RatRig prefers hex nuts. I think it's a lower barrier for beginners. I guess, yeah, it looks like teeth should be inward, so I did have the teeth the correct side. Interesting. Yeah, they're interlocked. They are definitely interlocked. Oh, we got it, we got it. I'm feeling good about this one. All right. So what I'm going, okay, I'm gonna use some pliers maybe vice grips. We just took them out, right? To grip it and help pull it in a little bit more. This top piece, belt. Come on, guy. It's definitely a tight fit. Like, it's in for sure, but like this back section, I almost feel like maybe I need to be using like a flat head to push it down or something. So it's not going any further with my hands. You know what? There's a part that's going to go over this. Oh, dude, I'm silly. Oh man, again. If something seems off, just look at things. So this is the top cover for that part. And if you look at it, it's got a cutout for it. So clearly some of the belt's supposed to stick out because it's going to be fed into this. So, duh. It's always that way. Second Happy Gilmore reference I've heard today. Really? You gotta watch Happy Gilmore, Lisa. I haven't watched, well, no, Aaron's probably put it on, but it was one of the DVDs. So my family had, you know, our set of shared family DVDs, but it was one of the DVDs I bought for myself to have in my room because I thought it was so damn funny. The part was a pain in the butt. I ended up using original Gates belts. They fit better than the, oh, interesting. You can poke it down in there the rest of the way with a closed set of needle nose pliers. Oh, that's not a bad idea either. I think we're good. I think I got it down far enough. Now it's saying we want to use M3 16. Is there any? Okay, yep. M3 by 16 cap heads. Which I think are gonna be the littlest ones. Yeah, those look like 16s. Slide these over here for a second. And make sure I've got the right driver. We do indeed. This is going to go like this. Yeah, that seems to be working okay. Then so on this part, I think that they had the nozzle too close to the bed. There's a little bit of like on the first couple layers, you can see the filament sticking out. So I'm gonna go in from the other direction and thread it through this really quick to give me a easier chance threading these in. Yeah, it looks a little better. Do the other one. Perfect. All right, now we should be able to do this. So match up this like that. Put bolt one, make sure you guys can kind of see what's happening. Sorry about my big hands always being in the way. The price is wrong, Bob. Oh my God. Shooter McGavin. All right, that one is in the locket, I think. Maybe not. Let me get the other one in and then we'll sort of tighten them together. Teamwork. Oh, come on, dude. I know that this can go through there. Okay. Why are you not? Ugh. Getting low. Putting some force into it. Force and turn, force and turn. Helps to make threads in the plastic. There we go. There we go. You know what? Why? I need someone every single build to remind me that I have a WoW stick, and then I should use the WoW stick every once in a while. So that's why we got it. If I can get the, if I can get the bit out. Ugh. No, that was one too small. Where are you? There you are. Okay, I need needle nose pliers. A tool to get the tool out. The tolerances are a little bit tight on this thing. I like it. I like it a lot more than the stock one, but there we go. Alright. On the rule that would you forget to use your electric... I'm not used to having one. Like I said, it's like one of those things that you don't know what you're missing until you get it, but I used it quite a bit on the V0 build, and then I didn't like the case it came in. It was like in a box, in another box, and because of the case, it just made it such a pain to take out and use. And so I finally printed out this little 3D printed enclosure that makes it much nicer to use, but I'm still sort of stuck in that mentality of like, oh, it's gonna be such a pain to get it out, don't use it. Okay, that hopefully is in, yes. All right, I definitely don't want to over tighten this because it's just holding the belt in place. There's no need to get aggressive. Okay, whew. All right, let's see what's next. I finally, did you go with the Wow Stick Zombie or the other one? I know Nero has two, and he likes the other one better. He's got more torque. He's the reason I actually got the Wow Stick initially. I think he'd just gotten the new one in and hadn't didn't really have a full opinion on it yet, and so I was like, I need to order something. My hands are killing me. After building a V-Core 3 and working on the V-Minion, my tip is to have a little drill with a 3mm or 5mm bit. I have an electric, I would have a 3mm file to just run through these holes really quick to clean them. Yeah, you're not wrong. I get pretty bad wrist pain. I actually bought, dude, this is how I know I'm, all right, let me go through here. This is how I know that I am getting older. Sometimes I have to wear these guys. Check these out. These guys, these are called mouse mitts, and the website that sells them looks like it was an HTML project that I had back in high school, but these things are amazing. My boss uses these, or recommended these because I get occasional really bad flame inflammation pain in my wrist and in my hand. And when it happens, especially after long days of editing, I can't really do a whole lot, and it even keeps me up at night. It hurts so bad sometimes. So he recommended these, and I ordered a set of them, and man, they look silly, but they are amazing. If I start to feel a little bit of discomfort and I put these on, then it goes away. Yeah, these are awesome. They're called mouse mitts. So anyone that does a lot of keyboard stuff, the website looks jank. They're not super cheap, I don't think, but man, I vouch for them. They're great. Yeah, I'm still alive. Alive. No, live. I'm still alive and live, Dutch. I have the ES15 and I'm always forgetting to use. Okay, that's the beefier one then? I'm trying out the new Dremel. Oh, cool, Dremel has one. I have a Works from Lowe's 3mm torque that I never use. Yeah, I should probably get something. Okay, let's see where we're at now. We got this guy on, which was a lot more work than I really thought it was gonna be. All right, let me grab the parts for the next section. Yeah, it tripped me out. Erin's done with training at her new job because every Wednesday was her Friday, but when she was in training, she worked Sunday through Wednesday, and she'd get off at 2 o'clock our time here, and it's now 3:30 our time here. But I forgot she's on her new permanent schedule, so she works longer days. And the dogs are super bummed about it, as am I. All right, let's see, what do we need? We need an aluminum part that's a triangle. This looks like the part. Okay, we need 2 printed parts. One of them is green. It looks a little bit triangular. Looks like this guy. Yep. One of them is black, and it's called the Y-belt tensioner printed parts. Looks like this guy. Yep. Cool. I think that's all we need in the box. It's been nice keeping everything in the box until I need it. Okay, so we got the subplate. We need 2 M5 by 12 low head cap screws. M5 by 12. What the heck is that? M3. Wait, I say M3, M5 by 6. Uh-oh. I don't have that. Low head cap screws. I've got cap screws. I've got one M5 by 12 cap screw. I'd like to think I didn't lose anything. I feel like we did a great job of bummer. Let's see if there's anything else in this box that I would have put elsewhere. I don't see how it's possible. We'll go big screen for a second here. Well, if that's the case, then we might not be getting the bed done. Okay, printed parts, hardware, M5 by 12 cap head screws, low head cap head screws. Yes! It's just a different bag. Cool, okay. Oh, yep, that's right. I only took out things that we were going to be using for the things I thought we were getting done today, not all of the things, so that was my bad. M5 by 12, low head. Oh wow, those are really low head cap screws. Okay, 2 of these. Okay, let's put the rest back. Wait, M3 by 8. These are M3 by 10s. It is much quicker having the parts pre-done. Cap head, M3 by 8, bam. Printed parts. 1 M5 by 50, absolute monster. And 2 nylon lock nuts, our favorite. Let's see. This must be the M5 by 50, right? The big guy. Yeah, buddy. All right, easy. You didn't plan for future, you who built faster? I thought that the stuff we did up until this point would take way longer than it did. I was like, that might be a stretch. But I was pleasantly wrong. All right, so we've got all of those things. And now it's time to assemble. Let's go back to side cam. Okay, so we have wait, when did screws go through here? How did we miss that? Oh wow, we missed that. Or I missed that. I guess it was earlier on. So there was a step. It's probably because I was so focused on the stinking belt. So M3 by 25s is what we need to go through here. M3 by 25s. M3 by 25. Here we go. Okay, this is 5. All right. Cool. Potential ADXL mount. Not needed. Can you show the back? All right, so just making sure we're in the correct orientation. So it looks like this is where we want this to go through. It's very odd to me though, because the orientation of this is not... No, it's right, it's right. I'm once again tripping out. Nice. I don't exactly know what that does. Maybe it's to just sort of reinforce this printed part. Those 2 bolts. I don't know. I don't see what they're used for, but maybe I will later. I'm scared I'm gonna break this. I don't feel like I'm tightening it very tight, but it's just... At some point, it's gotta bottom out. There we go. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what these bolts are for. They don't seem to do anything, but I'm sure there's a reason for them, but I don't see any obvious reason for these 2 bolts. Okay, anyways, back to where we were. There. Now we are going to take this, and we're going to take our triangle. I'm going to place them over each other like this. And we're going to use M5. Okay, so the M5 by 12 thin cap screws that we couldn't find, or whatever. We're gonna go here. There we go. All right. I actually think this might be the same size. I was wrong. Oh, you can mount an accelerometer for input shaper on the y-axis there. Gotcha. Hey, what's up, Manuel? How is it going? Happy Wednesday. All right. Well, these are threaded into nylon locking edge, so I'm not too worried about those coming back out. Looking good. Note the V-Minion subplate is not symmetric. Make sure it is oriented as shown. Yeah, looks good to me. Fasten it, take care not to over tighten, we get it. Okay, so now we're going to flip this guy around like this, and we're going to use that. And we're gonna go, all right, so M3 by 8 cap heads, it's these guys. Those are tension for the insert that attaches to the other end of the belt. Oh, interesting. I feel like I just need to see it, and then I'll be like, ah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to start by trying to thread these through the printed part, because the bottoms of these printed parts are a little bit tight, so it's easier before trying to line everything up to just at least start it like that. Let's do the same on the other side. Nope. Oh shit. That one's like, we're doing it! Alright. I guess they're both doing it. Alright. So, it looks like it's just going to go straight through this. And then we're going to go into nylon lock nuts. So we will need like little needle nose pliers or something. Because there's no trap for them to keep them from rotating. So we will start off by doing this. They don't go very far in, it doesn't look like. Maybe we don't need a tool. It seems like it's working. Seems like it's working out fine. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just the grip on the anodized part that's causing it to stay in place. Maybe my fingers are just super strong. Okay, no, I lied. Neither of those things are true. Oh god. What's up, 760? For everyone that didn't see or follow 760 on Twitter, he ordered some parts. I don't know, were they 3D printing parts or no? There are some parts, but in his package, when he opened it, was like a handful of giant ants. So I imagine he freaked out and dropped the box, and there's just ants running around his place, like huge freaking ants. And I commented on it earlier, just said, oh, what a nightmare. I'd freak out if there was anything in any of my packages that was moving. It's just bizarre. It's super weird. Okay, I don't think we're going tighter than that. I just want... I wish these screws were just a tad bit longer. I did use the right size, right? M3x8 cap heads, and we used M3x8 cap heads. All right. Just feels like they could maybe be a hair bit tighter, but I also am scared to break said thing. All right, we're good on that one. Let's do one more turn on this side. All right, I think we got one more turning. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm not going more than that. I'm gonna break the part otherwise. I screamed and ran upstairs. The smaller parts will hold with finger pressure sometimes. Okay, so it's not because I'm super strong. That's what Lisa's saying. Yeah, they did help. One of them held completely. I probably would have had the same reaction. I mean, ants don't really bug me. Growing up, like every summer, we always had ants, like no matter what. But yeah, not knowing what it was, and then also like you order something, you're excited about it, and you get ants, like I would be bummed out if nothing, you know. It's definitely bizarre. All right, we are installing. Oh, sick! This is going on to our. All right, we're bringing out the V-Minion again. He or she gets to get off the ground. Awesome. Am I zoomed in a little? I think I am. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit more. And then plate is going to go over this, and there's only 4 holes, which will line up. Oh, hello. What are we using to attach it? M3x8 cap heads, of course. Mine looked at that too short. Yeah, I think that instead of M3x8s, like M3x10s would be better, or even an I don't know if they even have M3x9, but yeah, it just feels like I like to see it at least be flush. But whatever, I don't know. And until it proves to be problematic, we'll roll with it. They were pretty big ants. I saw, like you can see some of them in the tweet, and I'm like, yeah, those are healthy ants. That's not right, is it? Oh, I feel like it's too big. Yep. Oh, where did I put? There is a missing. I put in my pocket. I often do that. Put a driver in my pocket. No. I feel like the one driver that's missing right now is the one that I need. And I know that we had it on this table. Oh, there it is, under the needle nose pliers. Yeah, I just want to do a little bit more turn than the wow stick can do to make sure it's nice and tight. Cool. Looking good. Looking really good. All right, let's see what's next. We did that. Let's make sure it goes cool. What now? Belt. Install the Y-axis belt. Take the free end of the timing belt and feed it around the stepper motor pulley. On the stepper motor pulley. Okay, cool. And then orange is continue along the underside of the Y. Very cool. Okay, so it goes under that printed part. Continue back through the Y carriage. It's gonna go inside there now. Belt can be cut with regular scissors. Wait, where's the belt attaching back to? Okay, so I feel like I'm missing part of the equation here, but let's start with routing this belt. Okay, so we're wrapping it around. That is confirmed. And then it says, well, it doesn't say, but go under, and it goes through this little guy, which is super tight and going to be very interesting. I guess if you use your nail, it kind of helps, sort of. Where's my flathead? Where is my lucky flathead? That always helps me. That you are. So yeah, I guess just use a flathead and keep stabbing at it, and it'll inch along. There we go. Cool. And then belt goes in here? No, what? All right, what am I missing? I'm missing something. So that goes there. So it has to attach. Oh, am I silly? Did I not attach the printed part correctly? Oh, I get it. It's the next step, huh? Yeah, it's the next step. Okay. All right. I thought for some reason I was attaching the belt here, and I'm like, there's nothing. It just ends. Okay, but what it's saying is pull the belt and mark where it meets the Y-axis. So that's where the light blue is. Measure 16 millimeters or count 8 teeth, because we're going to be shoving it inside of this block and then attaching this block to that part. So it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. The mystery has been solved. Okay. It definitely melted my mind for a second. Yeah. Yep. All right, it says 8 teeth. So, printed part is here. All right, I mean, we'll do our best. We'll do our best. Can't I just shove it, like, through? No, I guess I can't because it ends, huh? Okay, that's fine. Basically, at this point, we want it to be about that long. Okay, so let's start with chopping it here. I'm not gonna go too short because, like it said, you can always cut off more teeth as needed. can't bring those teeth back. And I have also done that. Cut a belt too short and said shit, and then had to order an emergency belt. So, all right. So this should go. I might have cut it too short actually. Let's see how many teeth we got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't think I cut it too short. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do. Black insert directly in front of you. Left your thumb was on it. Yeah. Yep. Cool. So the next thing we're gonna do is shove this belt inside of this printed part. Just line up the teeth and hope that it'll go in. Oh, it's got a little bit of a groove. There we go. And these belts have been putting up a pretty good fight with me today. Could also be because when I cut it with the scissors, I didn't do that great of a job. Yeah, we're gonna pull it out and take a look at it. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's cut again. Measure at least twice and cut too short then. Oh man. Yeah, it has happened to me more than once, I'm sure of it, over the years. I'm just trying to cut this back part straight so that way it'll sit in the printed part straight. We'll see. We'll see. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Okay. Okay, so I do think it's easier to position this guy first. There we go. That was nice and easy. All right, there's the strategy. Just cut your belt straight. All right, so now this we want fairly tight. Where you at? There we go. So this should slide into there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so I really didn't see that. I guess I should re-show it, but oh geez. So that printed part is just going to get shoved into the open cavity on the printed part below the triangle, like that. And then we're going to attach a screw here that'll attach to the nylon lock nut, and that'll be our tensioning screw. Measure twice, cut once, curse and repeat. Very accurate. Very, very accurate. Okay, so cut the we need M5 by 50, which we've decided, or we've established, is this big old screw right here. We'll get that in, and then we will grab. Is this the guy? You're the one. Also, what am I? Okay, so this should go all the way in, according to this. Wait, am I screwing up? Is it supposed to stick out the other side? Wait, a square nut? I have a nylon lock nut that it's going into. It wasn't a square nut on mine, or on this one, it was a nylon lock nut. But it just tripped me out. Like, it looks like it's going to stick out pretty far. Watch, I'll show you. Just seems like a lot of unnecessary length on the bolt. What do I know? This is my first rig. Oops. Okay, so it's behaving as it should. I'm not going to add more tension to that right now, but this is what I'm getting at. It seems a little odd to me that the end of the bolt sticks out that far. I mean, there's enough of a gap between this bolt head and that bolt head for it to do that, so maybe that's just the way it is. It just seems a bit long to me, but I don't see how it could cause any issues. That makes sense though, squirrel nut. There's so many big birds here, Lisa. On the way into our neighborhood, we've seen a turkey 3 times now. First time we thought it was random. Second time I was like, okay, that's a neighborhood turkey. And then Aaron got a good recording of it last night. It lives in the cornfields next to here. And then the Canadian geese have been migrating, and so every morning we hear a ton of them. And at sunrise and sunset, there's like a big congregation of geese just in the field right next to us. And you can look from our living room and just see probably like 30 Canadian geese just honking at each other. It's pretty cool. I like all animals, but birds and fish have always kind of been up there for me. Maybe I don't remember correctly. I thought there was a square nut. Maybe, it's possible they've changed it a little bit. I don't know if they've done any revisions. Okay, I'm not gonna loosen it, but I think that's like pretty happy with that belt tension. And I've got a hair more if we need to do a little bit more tension, but I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Let's see what we've got left. 1 second here. Okay, so there is attaching the bed, silicone heater, installing the bed plate, bolts, preparing the print surface, install the plate. Okay, we can do this. Yeah, we can definitely do this. That's not a ton. All right, so let's grab parts. Let's move you. We're gonna need you right away, aren't we? Let's see. Let's keep you up here then. Let's grab what we need. So we need big old bed. It's here. We need silicone heating, which is here. Boom, boom. Okay. 6 M4 nylon washers, which must be... No, you're not the one. Cap head screws. I don't know that I've seen. Ah! They are the little guys. Spacer nylon, right? Stainless steel spacer and washers. Three stainless steel spacers. Spacer nylon, spacer stainless steel. Okay, we're gonna, I think this looks right. There's a lot happening right there. 3 M4 lock nuts. Lock nuts. Right here, we're getting low on lock nuts, which is good. We have turkey vultures, and the Canadian geese rule the roost around here. A few times a year, they are here and traffic stops for them and they cross streets. Yeah, I wanted to go out and like see them at their little congregation last night, but I know we had a couple of geese in the pond by me growing up there, Canadian geese, and I used to feed them bread from a distance, but I know that they can definitely be temperamental, especially if you get close. That's cool. I didn't know they mate for life. I gotta tell Erin that. She'll like that. All right, so M4 by 30 countersunk. M4 by 30 countersunks. Bam. Okay, I think that's what we need for this current section. So let's do this. Oops. Awesome. All right, apply the silicone heater to the bed plate. Ah! Also drop your stuff. Okay, so we don't need to peel. I guess we should, right? Let's peel the side where, oops. So since we're peeling this, I imagine we probably don't really need to clean it because it should be very oil-free, right? Yeah, that looks awesome. Try not to touch it. That is a gorgeous looking aluminum plate. Oh, I missed. Okay. So Remove the adhesive. Make sure no air bubbles are trapped. Sick. As far as direction of this goes, wait a minute. It can only go one way, right? Am I? Yeah, I feel like it can only go one way. So. Am I tripping, or can it only go one way? It feels like it can only go one way, which would be like that. Looking at it like that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. At least it looks right to me. Canadian Air Force. All right. So it looks like, unless my brain is playing tricks on me, there's only one way this can go with that triangle. So we're gonna peel. I guess we could. No, we're gonna. Okay, so I'm peeling it back a little bit, like a little less than half, and I'm going to try to line up this one screw hole, like so. This is like pretty much how I apply all print surfaces. And then start just kind of working my way down. And as I'm working my way down, I'm using my right hand to peel off the backing and my left hand to sort of slide and apply force to hopefully prevent any air pockets. Looks beautiful to me. Only one way. Okay, cool. So I wasn't tripping. In my head, I was like, triangle? Maybe you can go like three different ways, but no, it felt like it was only able to go one way. Cool. That feels pretty straight and pretty centered, and I am happy with that. Okay, remove silicone, make sure there's no air bubbles. Like new, exactly. Okay, now it's saying to use stainless steel spacers. Okay. All right, so what it wants us to do, which I have a feeling I won't be able to do very well, is place a stainless steel spacer on all these corners, so on the three corners of this triangle. Like so. Then it wants us to magically juggle nylon washers on top of that. A small roller is good for this. Get some pressure on it. I wish I had anything round to roll on this. The only thing I can think of is my back roller. A lot of times I use like a business card or something like that if it's for like a build surface, or like a not really like a debit card because I don't use, but you know, that debit card material. Okay, so it wants us to do that, and it wants us to place nylon washers on top of all three of those. So basically, we're playing Jenga, and I've got the most sketchy hands, like the most non-shaky, or most shaky hands. My hands shake a lot. I have a feeling there's no way I'm gonna get all these lined up without dropping a washer, but we'll see. Is Aaron? Yeah, I think Aaron just pulled up. Then they started doing Tim Hortons to seal a deal and conquer through fast food and donut. There may be something wrong with me. All right, washers are on. Carefully place the plate onto the washers. Yeah, okay. So it has to go like this. There's no way. There's just no way. There's no way. Oh. I can't even see one. Oh, there we go. There we go. It'd be easier to put the screws on the bed first, I feel. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we got it. I think all three are lined up. Woo! Hey, what's up, Happy Extruder? I haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going? I just saw a model you did. I'm working on a video on the Fiberpunk node and happened to see on printables one of your models. Aaron's home. Your dogs are so happy. Hi, my love. Welcome home. Okay. M4x30 countersunk screws now. Do you want me to close the door for you? You're gonna put this thing on out there? Okay, I'll close it for now. I'm on the last section here, so I don't think it'll be too much longer. We kicked some serious butt today, though. Oh, thanks, babe. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right. Oh my God, there's a big, dude, there's a couple big chunks of Delilah hair on the ground. Okay, so we need countersunk. Binning caregiver. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Happy. Thank you though. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the new studio. So we got front cam, which is nice camera, side cam, which is awesome for close-ups, and overhead's the only one that's not super nice. I also bumped it earlier, but it's really lightweight. It's just a little webcam, and so it lets me, if I ever need to get an aerial shot. Ideally, I'd like to replace that with a ceiling-mounted nice camera, but this is expensive. So for now, we do what we can. Yeah, I agree. I normally would do screws through the plate and then through the mesh as well. I just kind of wanted to roll with it since it's what they decided to put in the instructions and see what happened. Okay, so M4 by, these are long screws. I guess we do need that to get through everything, so. 3 screws going through. Let's see if we can get this. Ooh, we got one of them through. We got 2 of them through. Ooh, that one dropped all the way. Oh, come on. That is a miracle. Dang it, I didn't even show a close up. That's a miracle, the fact that that just worked. That I was able to balance a nylon washer on top of 3 metal spacers, drop the bed on it, and get all the screws to just drop in like butter. That just doesn't happen, at least not to me. That was awesome. Okay, so on the bottom we want nylon washers, and then we want M4 nylon locking nuts. And so those should be the last 3 of our nylon locking nuts. 1 and 2. I should have full-time caregiver for both my parents. I don't know how well I'll be able to show this. We can get low, I guess. Maybe that'll work. I don't know if it even will. It's gonna be so dark under the bed. Basically, on the bottom side of all the screws, we're just doing 1 little washer and then a nylon lock nut. And on this, I'm actually going to place the washer on top of the nylon lock nut and just try to pass it through at the same time. It'll be easier. We'll use 1 hand on top. If I can just get it to thread like once before it, you know what, on the top, let's get a driver. Where's the driver I need? There you are. Perfect. And then it's going to stop because it's a nylon lock one, so we'll have to use some kind of we'll probably use needle nose pliers in a second here. We'll rinse and repeat. Got it. All right. The glass plate I'm going to use should be interesting for... Oh yeah, this plate is super thick. It is very thick. I am not opposed to it though. Hopefully it'll prevent it from warping. I've definitely dealt with a ton of getting the nylon washers and nuts tight without dumping it. That's a real challenge. Don't over tighten because nylon washers creep. Oh, that makes sense. Props to you. I could never pull that off. Thank you. The coffee has clearly worn off. There's no way that earlier in my peak of the coffee being in my system I could have done that. I hit a point right when I was about to have the trail mix earlier where I'm like, I'm freaking out, man. Okay, so now, yeah, I'm just gonna grab, I think I already have the needle. Yeah, we'll take a needle nose plier, and then on the bottom side, I will grip the nut. And someone said don't over tighten because the nylon nuts will creep, so we will do our best to not brute force it. Okay, that seems decent. I'm going tight, but I'm hoping that's not too tight. I'm not like putting my whole, hand into it. I don't know. That one was tough to see. The solo one, there's a printed part kind of surrounding it. Makes it a bit difficult to. Yeah, so that's good. I'm not doing too much pressure on it. I think we're good. Whew. I just familiar 5 gallons in your units. Oh. All right, let me check this side one last time. I think we're good though, right? I don't even know if I can reach this one. Oh shit. Come on, guy. Yeah, we're good. That's what we're doing. All right, install the bed plate. We did that, right? Wait. No, it's just showing up from the other angle. I was like, wait a minute, I thought we just did that. Print surface. Hell yeah, Batman. All right, we'll go up like this. We will go like this. I'm using 300 glass here on the bottom. 330 millimeter glass with a heater on the bottom and PEI on top. PHP tape holders. Interesting. Let me know how that goes, zombie. I'm very curious. All right, so now printing surface comes in 2 pieces. Once the magnetic sheet is installed, the input is secure. The skin of it becomes inaccessible. This reason is recommended to cut 3 holes. Oh man, they didn't cut the holes for you? They did not. Damn, I don't have. I wish I had known that before getting here. I would have taken that plate and I would have stabbed something through it. Now I don't know what I want to do. I might leave that off for now and give me some time to think about it or get some kind of a punch. It doesn't really affect the current step that we're on. Oh, I stopped with the Home Depot mirror glass. I split my hand open. The edges were so sharp. One time I was removing a print and when it popped off, I punched this corner of the glass and I was bleeding everywhere. Tighten the bed screws. Remove adhesive. Yeah, so we're gonna wait on the bed. I might do the magnetic bed off stream. I don't think that's very difficult for anyone to do, is apply the sticker. I just want to look online at options for punching. Like, I have a diode laser and I'm wondering if I can space these out and just use the diode laser to cut through the magnetic sheet. I don't know if it has the power to do that. And if not, some kind of punch, because if I use force, it will cause like a crease or ripple in the magnet, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna think on that. Let's do the last part here though, which is just this end stop. Let's do this. Yeah, I wanna finish this part. But yeah, had I known that was the case prior to getting this step, I would have put the magnet underneath the aluminum plate and done something to poke like a little hole through. At least I'd have a hole so I know exactly where I need to mark. But it's all right, I'll figure it out. It won't be a big deal. And I mean, chances of me needing to take off the bed are not super high, but I still like to have access to it without destroying the magnetic base in the future, so. Okay, so let's go back to here for a sec, and then move this here. Cutting for the holes, don't bother. I use a leather punch. It didn't work well, CRS. If the bed is snug, I wouldn't worry about holes unless it becomes loose. Yeah, the bed is very tight. I'm just thinking if there's ever something I decide I want to do, like a mod or something like that, because I know myself. It's not the end of the world. Punch and die set, I think. I might have a punch and die set now that I think about it in the garage somewhere. Use a paper from the heater as a template. That is a good idea. Didn't I crumble it and then pretend to like basketball shoot it? No, I didn't. Where did I? Did anyone see what I did with it? There's a paper over here, but it's not that. I peeled it, I pulled it. I don't know what the hell I did with it. It's gotta be in here somewhere. I will find it. I just don't know what the heck. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let's get these printed parts out. Feel the hunger starting to settle in. I might make a run to Costco for a pizza, or a slice of pizza. Sounds delicious to me. I also just saw a loose spacer. What the heck was that doing out? And where did it go? Oh, there it is. Dude, these things are wicked small. Where's the pack that it came from? There it is. Yep. Leather punch was pretty crappy, hard to center correctly without a centered looking feature. You'll also be limited by throat depth. Okay, I think I do have a die set. I will check after this. All right, printed parts, cool. We need one end stop. I don't know where the heck those are. Probably in here. Yep. And stop. Cool. That was lucky that the box that I grabbed just so happened to have the end stop. Today we've been gonna count our 3D printing building blessings, because this is not always that, it's not often that things go this smoothly. Let's see, one pink, one blue. So pink is a 30-30 drop in M6. So we need one M6 and one M5. So these are going to be our M5s. Bam, and this is going to be our M6. I've used brass tubing and a drill as a mini hole before. Not sure how it would work on a bed magnet. if I had spares, like, I wish I had a spare bed magnet to experiment on, because I'm curious to see if the diode laser could just cut through it in a couple passes. I just cut through, like, it was like 5mm ply last night and 2 passes on it, so, but I don't want to risk it if it won't work on the only good sheet that I have. We need 2 M3x8 cap heads. 2x8 cap heads, cool. 1 M6x12, that's a big one. M6x12 cap head. I think that's it. All right, let's go back to side shot. So, where the heck is that? So it looks like this goes down here. Bed wire gauge and printed. Okay. And that is a M6x12. So this guy, and this guy. We'll do the same thing we always do, where pop it through the hole like that. Thread this on a couple times like that. And it looks like we want it facing like this, and it needs to just go. Am I tripping or am I tripping? What? It looks like there should be enough of a gap, but there is not. Oh, maybe. Damn, that is a tight fit. No, I think that is it. Ugh. Like that. Woo! Did you find the paper? I was traveling back in time. I saw you throw. Oh, I did throw the paper. Okay, so you're saying I did throw the paper. Maybe I did make it in the trash. I know I missed something. Oh, yeah, I did throw it. Yeah. Nailed it. Cool. Well, yeah, that'll be great, because then I can just sort of center. Yeah, center this. Oh no, I want it in the center. It should be the exact same size, right? Or am I tripping? It's not the same size. Why is it not the same size? Oh, because the heater isn't. Yeah, so I will have to center it. I'll figure it out. I'm not too worried, but we got the thing. Scan it and make a copy. I do have a scanner. I found a cool live stream trick. If you're late, restart at 2x. I talk so fast. Most of the comments on YouTube are like, slow down. If anything, I think people would be hitting the 0.5 or. Don't hit the space bar. Okay, so this seems right to me. So we're gonna roll with it. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty confident. Okay. So that is going to be for the electrical. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, so this I just tightened in right here. And there's zip tie holes on it, so that's gonna be for wiring to route it. Next, let's see, so we did that, we're good. Next we need to go. This is a piece of cake. So this guy is just going to drop onto here, the end stop. Wait a minute, doesn't make sense. How are you going to be able to plug anything into it? I don't think you'd be able to get the plug on like that. So you must need to install the end stop before fastening the printed part. Yeah, so you must need to put the cable in first, because I'm looking at that and you don't have a straight shot to get the end stop cable in after. So unless you can, maybe it's already pre. All right, so we got two end stop cables. The wires are the exact same length. So we shall pull off one of them and we will attach the cable right now because I don't see how it's possible without removing it later. Check the last check on the placement of the part. I think it'll butt up against the Z-axis mount printed part. Okay, I will check it in a second here. Are these the same on both ends? They are. Neato. Alright, so we're plugging cable in on this because it does not look like you will have a fun time trying to get that in later. And then, what are we attaching it with? M3 by 8s. 1 and 2. And we've got our... Where's our well stick? What the heck, dude? Oh, there you go. It's like, I'm right here. Alright. I just realized you guys can't really see. There you go. And you still can't see because of my big hand. Alright, let's try it like this. There we go. Yeah. Alright, still. So I'm going to apply some downward force to get the screw to bite into the plastic. Like that. That's good for now. Then we will do the same on the other side. Try not to damage the end stop. Okay, now I'm just going to manually tighten it the rest of the way. It's a pretty tight fit, and it's also... We're also threading it into plastic, which is tough for the elastic. All right. 12 volt, 5015 on 24 volt, go burr. Subscribe my comment, you got it. It's in a shadow. Oh, let's see here. So it looks like this is going right here up against this guy. It looks like it's going on the top. So for this last part, we will grab, let's see, insert the M5 by 12. Where, M5 by 12, this guy. Boom. All right. Do the same thing. Pop this one in here. At least attempt to. Okay. Oops. And then go around the other side. Thread this on, a couple little turns. All right. Let's grab the correct driver. That looks like you. Thank you very much. And we are installing it in the top. It needs to butt up against the motor, so all the way to the back. Like, kind of like that. Let's see. I'll use my thumb to hold it in place. I don't know how well you can see that. Maybe like that. And I did it wrong. Or I didn't do it wrong, but I didn't get the T-nut to twist. So we'll loosen you and try to spin it. Still not doing it. Come on, guy. There we go. All right, I saw it turn. All right, try it again. Thumb. I also want it to be straight, which is interesting. It's not. That seems about right. My music is cutting out. I think my headphones are gonna die. All right, I'm removing one magnet. I think I'm removing both magnets, actually. This cannot go beyond there now. So we're good on that side. And the other side, yep, the other side it just stops because the bolt hits the printed part. Yay! All right. All right. Desktop, so we did that. Sick. All right, so all that's left is for me to figure out the magnet thing. I'm gonna do it later. I want to think twice, cut once in the magnet because I only have one magnet. And yeah, I just don't feel like doing it right this second. But we got a ton done today. I had pretty high expectations, but they have been surpassed. Let's see here. So let's go back to the top and go here. So I had it set up for us to finish the frame, do the Z-axis, and do the Y-axis idler assemblies, a motor and idler. We got done with the Y-carriage assembly and bed assembly. So next week, the game plan is X-axis, which X-axis does look to be like a long one. Oops. X-axis seems decently long. Then filament holder, or spool holder, which looks very small, which makes sense, just a spool holder. And then this one, yeah, the Eva assembly, which I am super excited about. My dream is to get through this next week, which would leave us with the electronics enclosure and wiring and firmware for the following week. So that is the dream. That is the dream. So we shall see. See if we can get it all done. Nice stream, thanks. Loving seeing more creators building their RatRig. Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, everything went freakishly well today on stream, which is not something I'm used to. We'll see what happens next week, and I'll take it. There was really nothing that was difficult. I think that having all the parts aligned before the stream saved us a ton of time and also expedited it, but like instructions were clear, there was nothing too tricky. The most difficult aspect was getting those M5 nylon lock nuts into that printed part earlier. But once I got that figured out, and then pressing down to get on this to get the M3 nylon lock nuts in, but everything else was like quite simple. I did want to say one more time a massive thank you to Fabrico for sponsoring the V-Minion for this build. Fabrico's awesome. I've known them now, or known the owner and known the company for at least, I guess like 9 months now, but it feels like it's been longer. But they've been awesome. I got to hang out with Hector, the owner at Murph, and just his customers love him. He's a good guy. He loves 3D printing. And so definitely stoked to be doing some collaborative stuff with them. And if you do watch this either now, next week, or the following stream, during the stream series, there is a $25 coupon code off the full kit in the description. So if you are planning on getting it, use that. It's not a affiliate link. I mean, it's tied to me, so it shows that people went and bought it, but like, it's not an affiliate link for the channel, but it will save you 25 bucks. So it's pretty cool. Hey, we got naughty chat, which is interesting. Yeah, aside from that, thank you to everyone for hanging out today. And it was definitely just a really fun stream day. Also, on the way out, I did want to say one more time, thank you to Lisa for the 5 gifted memberships. Nice 3D, renewed, looks like Chuck renewed. What else we have here? Luke for the 5 gifted subs, and yeah, everybody for everything. So let me pull this up right here. I once again am going to do... Tripods is here. We're leaving. I'm ending. But everyone say hi, Tripod. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hey, Kenny's here too. Yeah, we are done. It has been coming up on 3 hours here. So, and we got an absolute, no, 4 hours? We've been streaming for, wow, we streamed longer than I thought today. 4 hours? I must have lost track of time. I had fun. But anyways, I'm going to try to get next Wednesday's stream scheduled by tonight. So that way, if anyone wants to be here, you can set a reminder. But next week, we're doing X-axis, X-carriage, or X-axis, the tool head, and the spool holder. And so I'm looking forward. But anyways, I hope everyone has a fantastic week or a great rest of their Wednesday. And I look forward to seeing you all hopefully next week. Have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the help, everyone. Chat helped out a ton today. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I'll see everyone next time, and have a great night. I gotta go run and figure out dinner, and it's probably gonna be pizza. So, all right, bye.